Yeah. No. 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 Yeah. No.
What up, y'all? What up? What up?
Welcome back, we.
What up, man? We chilling? Woo. Hey, if y'all wasn't in the stream earlier for my my gaming stream, Logic's Lens, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. Y'all need to sub to that channel too, man, because it was lit. We was having fun. I was excited for stream tonight because that was fun. The gaming stream's been decent, man. So if y'all got time, I usually do those during the day. It's really sporadic when I do it, but Logic's Lens, when y'all get a chance, make sure y'all are in there when you get an opportunity, because, yeah, for the gaming streams, they be fun, too. Said I'm on time and shit. Yeah, you hit that notification bell this time. I'm hoping, man. That's why. Oh shit, we got a field docket today. Stream might be a little different than usual because not to sound boring because the stuff that I'm gonna engage with isn't boring, but it's gonna be a lot of reading because a lot of this stuff is covered in tweets and shit like that. It's a bunch of tweeting information that's been going on more so than like videos. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to read on stream tonight, but it's well worth it, trust me. So don't feel like, oh, this nigga just finna be reading a fucking book. Nah, it's gonna be fun. So, but before we get into that, one of somebody that watched my video, Anime Otaku, he said that we've been having this conversation since my first Sexy Red video, and free Akaash, and we've had a big disagreement on our view of her and what she stands for and what she does. So he said, I was like, we've been talking a lot through comments, so let's have a conversation. Once again, I'm always happy when somebody's willing to defend themselves in real time. So, because it's easier to get your point across, there's less confusion and whatnot. So we're gonna talk about that before we get everything started. I just love to hear what's good, Albert. Matter of fact, my bad. Shout out to everybody that's in here. The early birds, Albert. We got Sam. We got Blue Perfect, Defire, Roshan. I believe I saw TJ, Squirrel, James. Go James. Everybody in here. Shout out to y'all, man. It's a beautiful day to go on to go in on Kuna. Oh yeah. We gonna get there, Sam. That's gonna be the first thing after this. That's gonna be the first thing. But all right, you in here, Otaku? Well, I know you're in here, but why is this still so loud? I see you're in here, but can you hear me? Bro, I know you're so literate because people struggle with my username, but you get it so easily. Oh, I mean, yeah. If I don't know what people say. Pew perfect. I was like Plu perfective. I was like, I like to make sure I'm reading shit correctly when I'm reading. Nigga, what happened? He was just in here and he left. I don't know what just happened. Let me ask him. Oh, okay. I don't know if you got to Oh, you know what? That might have been my fault. I have to allow you to talk. That's probably my fault. I got to allow you to talk. Oh, you said you got a call. I think I still have to allow you to talk, though. I got to figure that out. Let's go to the general chat. Go to the general chat. And please, nobody else join, please. Nobody else join. All right. Hello?
More money, more money, more money.
Shout out to Albert for the 25. Hey, shout out. What? Shout out, hey, y'all. W's for Albert in the chat. $25 super chat. Have you ever took advantage of Black Friday sales and find out later on that you spent more than what you were supposed to spend? I feel so dirty, and I feel like I might have to take an extra shower tonight. Oh, my God. Honestly, no, bro, because usually what I get on Black Friday, I've been keeping track of anyway. You know what I'm saying? I usually keep track. I don't get nothing randomly during Black Friday. It don't be like, oh, what's this? Or it's something I've always, been keeping my eye on. I typically make sure I feel like I got a good deal. And I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, Albert. That's fucked up. The coach, what the fuck? Hey to you too, man. Damn. Hello, faceless girl. Oh gosh. Yeah, I got to figure out the other chat. I had to allow him to talk, but Otako, can you hear me? Wait a minute. Wait. Something's happening. You're coming through my speaker and not my headset. Oh, that's okay. There we go. That's why. Hello. My bad.
Nah, good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Yeah, what's good, bro? Appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, of course, yeah, as you said, because we have been chopping it up since the last video. So it's good to actually just talk about it.
Yeah. So, okay, so I just want to know what the contention is. I feel like we mostly agree, but there's something going on to where I think, like, I don't know, like, you think that I'm more supportive of her than I am, but let me just hear what you were saying.
Not really. I just like I don't like. Do you see how that like she is bad? Like not just music wise, but also just like what she is in the music industry. I'm really gonna talk about it. She's an industry plant. She was propped up by Drake and stuff. So she's she's basically nothing in the music industry. You know, she gets a few like hit songs here and there, but other than that, her music has so substance. It's about it's degrading. It's just a bad look for everything.
So, I mean, we generally agree, but when y'all say she's a plant, I don't know. I'm not gonna make a definitive stance to say there's no such thing as an industry plant because it might be. We talking about Sexy Red, but the way y'all say plant, it's like everybody that either you don't like them for whatever reason, or they just popped up and you personally don't know where they come from, and then they're a plant because they had like some meteoric uprise in their career, and I'm like people did it for Lil Nas X and stuff, and I'm just like, well, if you wasn't following these people beforehand, yeah, you could call them a plant, but you don't know what they story was.
I guess, but to your point of like saying it's just people I don't like. Like I don't like an NBA young boy, but I wouldn't call him an industry plant.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of
I'm not saying
rappers
like every
that I
single
don't
person,
personally
not every
like.
single person, but
Or no, even like because NBA young boy has had a long history, so like I'm never gonna knock that from him. Like he actually got his shit out, right? But someone like Cardi B who came in real young, it was real popular, blew up. I don't think Cardi B's an industry plant. Like she was actually the one that was getting people on and stuff. So just for Sexy Red, I just like I don't know, like her music is just so uh, okay. Like, do you think that like King Von is bad, or like a Meek, not a Meek Mill, a Bobby Shmurda? Like, do you think that like those people are bad for society in general? And not them as a person. I
no, I
mean
get what
like
you're
the
saying, like the
content
product
that
that
they
they put out.
produce. Yeah, the product that they produce. Like, I don't care about anybody getting a bat. I don't like what. We live in a capitalistic society. You know, you're not gonna change the world. So get your bag. Who cares, right? But we could still say that the product that they produce is bad, and that's all I'm saying. And not like musically bad. I mean, just bad in general. And yeah, it's just bad in general for everything.
I don't feel like I it's hard for me to say that these people are bad for society. Like I would just say them, but because we know that we're talking about their music. I don't think that they're bad because of their music, because the music that they make came from their background. It's not the inverse. Like it wasn't the music and then the lifestyle then the music. And I've never heard of nobody like sliding simply because they heard a King Von song. Like if they was gonna slide, they was gonna slide regardless if King Von existed. That was allegedly his life before he even made a song. So it's like them making music, it resonates with people that already have those feelings, and or some people that don't at all and like it. I ain't got no ties to no Chicago gangs, but I love Chicago drill music because I still know what they talking about and what they going through. I personally ain't been involved with it, but I understand it and I like the sound and they do it well. And I'm not saying that everybody's gonna think like me and know that it's just music and you don't have to live out the fantasies or whatever you hear, whatever rapper you hear in their music. And at that point, if music can drive you to doing something you wouldn't already do, then it would have just been another form of media or another life instance that'll cause you to do something that you probably shouldn't do that you wouldn't have did anyway.
Okay, I guess I'm not saying that they're making people like, I'm not saying that Sexy Red is making women go out and be promiscuous. I'm saying because I'm speaking about the, you know what, let me also, rephrase it. I think I might have been spoken a lot of generalities. So, I'll say that just for me. But like, I think that Sexy Red is a bad look for the Black community because I don't really see Black people listening to Sexy Red's music. When you have artists or entertainers who are as large as they are, a majority of their fan base is white, and that's for pretty much everything in America, at least. So the majority of the people that are listening to Sexy Red's music are white people, and
Maybe
it's. I mean,
I get what you're saying, but I'm not comfortable saying that. I think she did. I don't think it's maybe. I don't know.
But I mean, those are just stats for most things online. When you're in like the hundreds of millions, it can't be just Black people,
Wait,
right?
hundreds of millions of what exactly?
Of interactions. Like if you're on whatever, like it can't just be Black people.
But I'm just saying, when you say hundreds of millions, because like she's not in that range, like in as far as monthly listeners.
Not in monthly listeners, but her music isn't for monthly listeners. It's like TikTok views and stuff.
Oh,
like her stuff.
But wouldn't you say that TikTok culture is like something totally different? Like things just pop on TikTok that don't have anything to do with like how people view people in real life and like real life interaction, like stuff that's going on. People do shit on TikTok that they wouldn't do normally. Like they don't even have any ties to the music. They just do it because they know it'll get them the views.
I mean, I think TikTok culture is different because TikTok has a lot of kids on it. So it like the culture is a lot different, and that's why it's worse because her music is targeted to a very young audience. Like that is such a young audience type of music.
Okay, I think that's our disconnect. Why would you say it's targeted towards a young audience? It's not. It's not targeted towards young audience.
Saying inflammatory things is a young audience thing. Like I work with kids, like they like to say "but," right?
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
So like, right, like that's a thing that they'll do. And for younger kids, for older kids, they're saying a different word, right? But
but you can't say that somebody's talking about my booty hole brown is targeting kids, like making makeup that's with STD names is targeting kids. She wants the young adult audience. That's who she's targeting.
Yeah, and okay, I guess I shouldn't say kids because that's saying like real young. But if we're talking about 14, 15, 16, high school age, like high school age kids are listening to Sexy Red. Like that's their age range.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I work with middle school to high school, and that is like they know Sexy Red. Like they know her music. So like to say that it's not is,
Okay, now this would be, I think I said it in my message before. This might be a hot take. I'm not tripping off of high school kids listening to her music. I'm just not, because what music is acceptable for a high schooler to listen to? Like what music is, if they like hip hop,
okay,
what is acceptable for a high school kid to be listening to?
I think Sexy Red is definitely not. Like Sexy Red is kind of like my hard line for a lot of things. Because I think, especially like when you're with your parents, like I can't lie, like
I mean, yeah, I couldn't
had
listen to explicit
some crazy
versions
stuff around me.
Yeah, I couldn't listen to explicit versions of stuff around my parents at 15 and 16, but I was listening to it. They just didn't know. Like, and again, she's not like, hey, I want all the 15-year-olds to listen to me, but 15-year-olds are gonna listen to her if they like it. And that's just the fact of the matter. It's like I said, I'm not for, like you were saying, we know she's not trying to. Well, you said you don't think she's trying to target 8-year-olds. I think we agree on that. But if the 8-year-olds get their hands on her music, then I blame.
When I say kids, I just imagine like anybody that's kind of like underage, because they're all like kids to me. Like you're not even mentally.
Well, yeah, but I don't see
fully mentally there until 25.
17 and 6 is not like nowhere near the same thing as far as music consumption.
Sure, I guess, but like I'm not gonna get into that debate right now. I think we can just stick on Sexy Red.
Like, you may just feel different.
But also, like another thing would be trying to go to a high school. I don't think Sexy Red should be going to a high school. I'm sorry. I think that's like taking a stripper to a high school. Like that's crazy.
I don't think it's the same thing. I don't think that's the same thing.
I think it is very similar.
I don't think it is.
Well, because I'm like super pro prostitution, so like I don't know if I can say that. My bad.
Nah, you could say anything besides slurs.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, cool. I know how YouTube be and stuff, so nah, don't worry.
No slurs.
nah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, so hold on. Let me get back on track. With Sexy Red and like her going to a high school, I just think that like, is that a bad thing? And I don't. You said it wasn't. Oh no,
Terrence, just listen on stream, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
So what? But because like I don't think that like doing that type of job is a bad thing. Mm-hmm. I don't want I don't want that person going to a high school. Like I don't. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's talking about the color of her.
Yeah, that's a fool. Okay, are you millennial or Gen Z?
I'm Gen Z.
Okay, so I don't know a lot of the artists. Okay, I'm a millennial, and if 50 Cent came to my school, I would be like ecstatic. Or if Trina came to my school, I would be. I'm not a big Trina fan, but I'd be like, damn, Trina came to my school. Like, are we really finna like act like high school kids don't listen to adult music? And it's just, I'm not saying that you should be putting it in their ear like, hey, listen to this. It's just like, the fact of the matter is, you can't. High school kids is developing who they are. They're going to figure out their do's and don'ts. They're going to like what they like. I used to burn CDs. I made CDs of every artist that we should not be listening to whatsoever. And I was burning CDs at 15 for people to make them the explicit versions. So it's just like, I'm not saying that we should be like, hey, yeah, like Sexy Red is cold. Like, listen to this song. Like, as a parent or as maybe even their older friends. Like if you 14, if you 19 and got like a 14-year-old sibling, I'm not saying give them Sexy Red, but if they found their way to find the music like we all do, I'm not sitting here like cluffing my pearls. If I know kids go through puberty at 12 and they're interested in other sex and sexual topics and stuff, like that's just I was in 8th grade juking. Like, I don't know if you know what that is, but we was grinding on girls in 8th grade, like on the wall, girls rubbing their ass on us at 8th grade. Like, that's just,
Nah,
you're getting
it wa-
into sexuality after like 13. So it's just like, when I was in 8th grade a virgin, some of the 6th grade girls told me they weren't. So it's just, I'm not saying that like that's acceptable, but I'm saying like a 14-year-old liking Sexy Red isn't out of the realm of like possibility of what should be acceptable. It's just like, I just don't know how you would stop that, because you're going through puberty and like those topics and those things are gonna pique your interest. So it's just, I just don't see how it just seems unreasonable to be like, no, she can never, a 14-year-old can never hear her music. It's just like, I don't know, at that point, I don't know what happens.
I mean, that's a not really what I was saying. I was more, what I was saying is it's hard as a parent to, my argument was more, it was more about the like saying that like it's all up to the parent to stop it. And I'm saying like I was saying it's impossible to stop your kids from seeing stuff like that. And I don't think that a kid listening to someone like 50 Cent is that bad, because there's a lot of his music that has actual substance that's not a deplorable song all the time. You know,
I don't know
want,
every one of Sexy
if 50
Red songs,
Cent
but she might have a substantive song. I don't know every song in her catalog, but I don't think we should just say, unless you've listened to it, I don't think you should just assume nothing she has is substantive.
I listened to the last album that she had with, because you know it was during the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, so I listened to the album. It was, maybe there were songs with substance. I haven't listened to it since the first time I listened to it, and I didn't enjoy it the first time.
Okay.
But I mean, so you really don't have a problem with Sexy Red going to a high school? Like, I don't know if 50 Cent has gone to many, but like I wouldn't want like Lil Wayne going to many high schools. Like,
but who wouldn't though? What high schooler wouldn't want Lil Wayne to show up though? You get what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't?
I think it's cool for Lil Wayne to show up, but I feel like I feel like again, your parent could go take you to see Lil Wayne. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be a bad thing.
I'll be fair. I'll be fair. Because I don't think there's a world. Like I said, Sexy Red is an extreme. She's an extreme of what we've seen before, and I'll be fair.
That's all I'm talking about. Like, that's the extreme.
I don't think Lil Kim, Trina. I don't know, but I ain't gonna speak on Cardi, but this is a new generation. I don't think Lil Kim or Trina was trying to go to a high school, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like high schoolers weren't listening to her. I
wouldn't want Cardi going to a high school, actually.
But
you
know how many high schoolers would want to see her?
I mean,
that's true too. Somebody said she did go to a hometown school versus just showing up at a school. I think that also changes what it really means. That's true. It's not like, let's do a high school tour like R. Kelly creepy ass. Like, she was going to her hometown school, and so that might mean something more than just like her name and what she represents. I think that kind of changes what going to the school means.
I guess. I feel like, she could film like she could have filmed a clean version of a song for the kids at that high school so they could listen to it. Like, I feel like that would have been better than her showing up to meet them, right? Like, I don't want King Von going to high school. I'm sorry. I just don't want him around high schoolers. And I feel like, to me, they're about the same damage. They're about the same damage.
This is the thing. If King Von showed up for a concert and everybody was like, who is this? You would have a point. If King Von shows up and they lose their mind, That means they already heard him, and no, and like at that point, who are we blaming? Like if King Von show up and they already know who he is, it's like, well, they know him. What's the big deal him showing up to a school in his city?
I mean, kids are just more, well, young adults are still very impressionable, especially at that age. Like if seeing King Von come to your school would probably be the coolest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like it would, that's a highlight of your life, right? But even then, it's still, if he went to my school, I'd be like, damn, King Von was at my school. Like I would, I mean, I don't know how I think about it now. I'd be like, well, dude, what's he doing here?
Yeah, but it would be dope if you was a King Von fan and he shows up though. That would be dope.
King Von was like, he was very popular in this predominantly white school. So I'm just like, so what I'm talking about, like the mass audience, it was crazy to see them listening to it, honestly. Because like Young Thug was real popular, King Von. And when young white kids hear that type of music, they start acting a certain type of way about us. I feel like that's more of my problem with that, is like
respectability politics.
Yeah, like it's just a bad image, a real bad image.
But why
for
are
someone like that?
One, why do we care about white people's image, what their opinion of us, when it's gonna be bad regardless what the fuck we do? They still talk shit about Michelle Obama, and
which is ridiculous.
Why are we holding the responsibility of the lower of us as if we have to? I've never seen a white person have to defend Lily Phillips. Like, white people are not out here like, man, Bonnie Blue is out here making us look bad. Like, when I see Bonnie Blue, I just see this white woman that do some crazy shit. I'm not categorizing. And if white people are gonna do that to us, we can't fix that problem. That's them doing that. We can't make them, like, you see, they probably gonna have a problem with this quarter zip movement. They're gonna say it's fake. Like, every black person that commits any crime is a savage, and our DNA is fucked up. Like, Michelle Obama's a man. She doesn't deserve her spot. Ketanji Brown. I had a debate last week where I had these white people saying that Pete Hegseth was qualified to be in his position on paper, but Ketanji Brown Jackson was not qualified to be in her position. They got to the point where they argued that with me. So I don't know what to do with white people. So I don't know why we even care about what they think. That was a little ranty. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. For me, like, I have a decent amount of white friends, and they call it. It's like them calling out like a Taylor Swift. Like, a Taylor Swift is an industry plant, right? Like, that's another industry plant, and they call her out. I don't see how, and they'll call her out on all the bullshit Taylor Swift be up to. Like they really don't like her. And for me, like, a Sexy Red is just as bad as a Taylor Swift. But Sexy Red is disposable to them because she's a black woman, right? Like, for me, honestly, I think Sexy Red is worse than King Von in like all seriousness, because I just hate when people hate on black women.
But
like,
is that sexism though?
It's the most. No,
because King Von rap about killing people. Sexy Red is just sexual. So which would you rather, somebody talk about sex or killing people?
No, I'd rather like people like not think that black women are like these just crazy sex animals that are just talking about their private areas all the time.
Sexy Red is not black women. Why are we making her black women?
Well, because white people consider us a monolith. If one person does something,
if they're gonna do that regardless, so okay, if everybody was Michelle Obama and they still shitting on us, what do we do then? If we gotta make sure white people don't think less of us.
Well, that's the thing. When the music industry puts out someone like that, Sexy Red could be hated by the black community and the white community at the same time, so they could like so more and more hatred is being spread. The black red pill community hate Sexy Red. Like they hate her.
Of
She's
course.
like the worst thing ever, especially like the hip hop. And that's like the old black dudes. They really don't like her. So when white people are going on talking about and degrading this black woman, they don't care because Sexy Red is the worst thing in their mind. So mainstream media could go on and report that Sexy Red is going, because it was a lot of like a lot of those like you watch the Birdman,
Mm-hmm.
those type of just race baiters
Mm-hmm.
going around making videos on, oh, like this is what the black community is up to. They're Sexy Red is
But-
going to in school.
Okay, so me and you both know that she doesn't represent all black people, right? Like we agree on that, right?
Oh yeah, no,
So
not at all.
when,
We're not
when
upon
they
it.
when they do that, what do you think is their intention when they do that? What do you think their intention is? And do you think they care about the truth?
I think the music industry puts plans in to make the black community look bad. They bought up all of the black radio stations, and now they can put their own image of what black people are instead of
What? Okay,
just
why-
actual people that are coming out.
Why don't?
Which again is why, like, I think Sexy Red is worse than an NBA YoungBoy, because NBA YoungBoy lived that life. Like, I'm never gonna knock someone like that because like they're actually just living. But there's tons of industry plans. Like, there's just a lot. There's just a lot of those.
I don't.
Block Boy JB.
I'm not gonna say they don't
Taylor
exist.
Swift.
But I don't think there's a lot of industry plants. Personally, I don't care as much about that, but. It's like you're buying into the propaganda they want to push, and it's just not true. Like, why is it so easy to say this about Sexy Red, but why don't you think that they're trying to push Coco Jones on the black culture? Why isn't she getting pushed? Why isn't Just Hilarious being pushed to make the black culture look, I don't know, funny? Why isn't Coco Jones pushing in the black culture to make it look like they're good singers? Or Beyonce, the most successful artist probably in our lifetime outside of Michael Jackson, period. Like, why isn't she getting pushed? Why don't you think she's pushed? Like, why is the person that's barely relevant in hip hop, that had a moment, a 15 minutes of fame moment, why is she pushed in the culture, but nobody else that's thousands of times more successful than her pushed on the culture?
I know. I'm confused as to what your point is about this. Like,
I'm saying that when you say that
rephrase it a little bit.
okay, I'm gonna try to shorten it. So when you say that Sexy Red is an industry plant being pushed in the culture to make people look bad, why doesn't that logic apply to any other artist that is thousands of times more successful than her and get way more popularity than her? Why wouldn't that logic be put on somebody that's way more profitable?
You could look at Beyonce. Beyonce's been snubbed multiple times. Like, the music industry doesn't want Beyonce to have the best country album, even though she did. Like, that's just a fact. Beyonce was getting snubbed. Like,
but
the music-
that doesn't
she
change her.
the
That
music
doesn't change
industry.
the career she's had though. Tom Cruise
No,
just
I'm
now
not-
won a fucking Grammy or whatever Oscar. I'm sorry, Tom Cruise just won an Oscar. Like, so that doesn't speak to who she is at the end of the day. Nicki Minaj might go down with no Grammys. We're not gonna forget
you're
who
just
she
saying, like,
is.
they're not being pushed. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, they weren't being pushed. Beyonce was being snubbed by the industry.
Okay,
That's a fact.
but what is that? What is a country album and a Grammy? Is that like you call like two instances?
Well,
Is
I'm
that
just
that doesn't-
confused as to, because your point.
Sexy ain't won
Can
no
I tell you what
Grammys.
I thought your
Sexy
point
Red
was?
ain't won a
Maybe
Grammy.
you help me figure it out.
Huh?
Because I thought your point was, why aren't these people being pushed like Beyonce, like a
No,
Coco Jones,
no,
like a
I'm not saying.
Doechii?
No, I'm not saying why aren't they being pushed. I'm saying why wouldn't your logic of industry plant make black people look like X, Y, and Z? Why isn't that logic carried over to people that are more profitable than Sexy Red?
So are you okay?
Like, in
Because
my mind, if somebody was,
Beyonce is like a good person. So she, even though she's being, I don't know, like, are you saying that she is being pushed?
I'm
Be-
saying that if the goal was to push a narrative and make, because I mean, unless you think they care more about making black people look bad than making money, I think then we on two totally different ends of this conversation. Because
No, they
these
totally
people
do. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they will literally
then why is
burn
it Sexy
money
Red
to
in
make
the
black people look bad.
what?
They
What?
will burn money to make black people look bad.
Wouldn't they be doing a terrible
That's
job then
anything.
because Sexy Red isn't that relevant, but y'all make her relevant?
Well, okay, but here's the thing. It didn't. That's the outcome of the Kendrick Lamar battle. She put out an album with Drake and it flopped, and she's never gonna get played ever again because he couldn't use her.
But if the propaganda's so effective, why don't nobody care about her no more? Like people consume what they want,
That's like
and
the
then they.
outcome of the Kendrick Lamar battle. Like I think that him doing what he did, like my generation, Gen Z, we love him. Like a young man, a young black man who kicked the industry in their dick multiple times in a row, just laying them out, smacking them. Like he did such an amazing thing, and her failing is part of this like industry shift. Even like it's a part of why a lot of people are failing now because they're kind of just snubbing a lot of artists like Doechii, like just not letting her get plays, and a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
Putting out propaganda campaigns about Doechii on everything for no reason.
So do you think people have no agency to listen to what they want? Like, do you think we just are passive in the media we consume? Are we passive?
Oh, again, like I feel like my issue isn't that people listen to Sexy Red. My issue is that Sexy Red as a music artist existed. You get what I mean?
But why? Why can't she exist? Like I said, this is like policing blackness, and I have a problem with that.
The industry plants are bad. Like they're just bad for the industry.
The industry plant narrative isn't proven, and you don't know if she's a plant. Like
I mean, she was working with Drake.
A lot of people worked with Drake.
Yeah, Drake was putting on a lot of industry plants. That was his job.
Drake hops on music with who's ever hot at that point in time. That's all he does.
Exactly.
He's had a reputation.
Plant. Yeah. So the industry
Drake just tries to capitalize on what's popping. That's just what he does.
I mean, if Sexy Red was a part of Drake's he's a part of who's he work for? Is Universal? I can't remember.
I mean, Drake,
the one with Lucy and Graham.
I'm not saying industry games don't get played. I'm not saying that, but this whole plant thing is like you got to convince me and sell the story that there's a bunch of execs in the room and say, hey, let's find the dirtiest, ratchetest, most deplorable human being. Give them music, I guess, to make. It's got to be ratchet. It's got to be disgusting. And then we have to make sure that people receive it well enough and she'll get slightly popular so black women can look bad. It's just so convoluted. It makes no sense. That's what you have to sell me on.
Have you seen Bobby Shmurda dancing in the room of a bunch of white execs? Have you seen that video?
Yeah, when he got on the table.
When he got on the table, you're telling me that like there are like I don't know. Like I grew up in a real racist town. Like my town that I grew up in had the largest KKK rally to exist. On the border of the town, there was a Confederate flag right across the railroad tracks that he kept there for 12 years. Every year I went to school, I had to pass that Confederate flag on to school and back. There's some people that just hate us. They really do.
I
You're
know.
telling me that there aren't some
I'm
black
not.
execs that are just
But
like,
we're
I
not
want
talking.
more people to talk about black women. I
We're-
want
We're
I
not
want
just.
black women to get hated on more.
But we're not just talking about racist necessary. Like we're not just talking about people being racist. You talking about racism that's so like it's like you're giving so much credit to white people that they're these like mastermind geniuses to this game that doesn't even have a real end goal because it's not working. Like Sexy Red is irrelevant, and even when she was big, it was like a blip in time. Nope, like Sexy Red isn't going down as this magnificent artist that we've had in time. Like that's what's so confusing
if Drake
about
had
me.
won the battle, I think Sexy Red would have been a bigger artist.
Drake,
They were
nobody
setting
was thinking
up.
about Sexy Red in that battle.
Yes, they. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar brought up Sexy Red. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
to diss Drake.
She was a big part of the battle. Yeah. So if Kendrick Drake did a Sexy Red, like he used her flow in what was that? Family Matters in like the first verse. So Sexy Red was an integral part of the battle. Like that's ridiculous to
Such a
say
shame.
because she was. So if Drake wins, he does a tour with Sexy Red. And he props up Sexy Red.
reach. That's a
He drops
reach.
an album with, and he's on it with her right after the battle.
So
Look, what are you talking about? That's the flow of time.
but the tour thing, I don't. maybe not. I don't know. But
No, okay, maybe not. I'm not saying they were gonna go on tour. I'm just meant like, okay, I'll rephrase that. He goes and does this album with Sexy Red, and she blows up. Like because was mentioned multiple times and brought up multiple times in the battle. So if he had won and then he gets on the album with her, he might have been on every song. It might have been like a dual album they would have done. But he's only on one song. Her rapping on BBL Drizzy.
I don't know, man. Like I said, you gotta sell me on this idea that everything is about making black people look bad. They just want to make money. That's all it comes down to.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar
these people just want to make money.
Sexy Red meant something, right? Like it did. Like
No,
he called her
I
out
think-
because she's an industry
What
plant.
what was that line he said about her? What was it?
When I see you stand
Stand by
by
Sexy Red, I believe you see too bad. I mean,
You see
I
too
think
bad
whoever
bitches,
whoever he
exactly.
did the last song with, he probably would have, or whoever was hot at that point, either whoever was hot, or who it's more so because he just did a song with her. If he did a song with Meg, he probably would be like, "When I see you stand next to Meg, I believe you see two bad bitches." I think that's just what he would have said because he just had a song with her.
Well, he
That's the
wasn't
only
with Meg
reason.
because she's not an industry plant.
Huh?
She's a
No,
young,
wait.
successful black woman.
No, but if Drake did a song with Meg, he would have said the same line probably. Probably. He just did a song with Sexy Red.
I think he was calling out an industry plant. He was saying a lot of stuff in that. I think there were a lot of layers to that.
You see what I'm saying though? You gotta create so many narratives for it to make sense of what you're saying. Like you have to make all of these things that aren't provable to create your narrative. You sound like yeah, he brought up Sexy Red because she an industry plant. Well, he did just do a song, and then I say, well, he did a song with Sexy Red. Well, yeah, he did the song with Sexy Red because she an industry plant because they trying to put her on so they could go on tour. And then when they go on tour, they're gonna sell a bunch of music. But since he lost, they can't go on tour no more.
I'm not saying that they gonna go on tour. That was not what I was saying.
Okay.
I was just saying that if they had, it takes a while for music to go out, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. They didn't just make that that album right then and there. So again, he calls her out and then her album drops.
More money, more money.
So I'm fairly certain that he knew that something was up with her, right?
Mhm.
Like those are, I mean, you know, as you could say, like there's no proof, like there's no hidden messages I have where they're like, oh yeah, Drake, you're gonna be with Sexy Red.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying that she is an industry plant, and these are some things that point to her being just a little weird in the industry. Um,
Okay.
and I just, yeah, I think industry plants are bad. Like I think they're bad for the music industry. I think Taylor Swift is bad. So I think again, as I had said before, my issue is not with people listening to Sexy Red. It's with Sexy Red, the artist is
Existing.
existing. So
I
I
think
don't
that's a
know.
bad take. Okay, hold on, my bad. I ain't trying to cut you off. I had a super chat. Shout out to Albert for shout out to Albert for the $12 super chat. He had a question. If you want to answer it, he said, "Here's my
Yeah,
question: How do you actually point out the evidence that? Oh, how do you actually point out the evidence that somebody is an industry plant? How do you point out the evidence?
okay. Again, like I personally don't have I don't have the any like articles and stuff on hand about any of this stuff. Like
Mhm.
I honestly I stopped following it back when a little bit after the battle was over. That's when you know I moved on to other content, stuff like yours.
Mhm.
But uh Sexy Red being an industry plant, I mean, as you said, there's I guess if you don't think that Drake was an industry plant, like getting put on with Young Money and being propped up with them, having all of these ghostwriters and stuff, like those are signs of industry plants. So someone who just shows up out of nowhere, as you had said, you know, he literally came out of nowhere. Uh for us, like he's on the grassy, right? Like that's not he wasn't what as Kendrick said, you know, he was on the grassy.
But but you see what I'm saying? Like that's why I was like, I'll never flat out say there's no such thing as an industry plant. I won't say that because I don't have the information to make that much of a claim. But if making a claim with no proof, it just leads you down these rabbit holes of a bunch of unfalsifiable things, and then it's like to validate what you think. And that's like what I revolve my channel around. Like I don't want to make strong claims on things and there's absolutely no proof, even if you feel that way. Like sexy reds exist that aren't sexy red. Like people gonna listen to Sexy Red because they resonate with her one way or another. She's not that relevant as some people
It,
try to make her seem. And I think that highlight that white people and black people try to put on her makes her bigger than she really is. And I think that's the problem. And then again, it's like you said, you don't want her to exist, but it's like, damn, bro, like this country has freedom of speech. People can exist in the way they want to. If porn can exist, Sexy Red can exist. Yes, it's different because music is a little bit more accessible than porn. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, if that can exist, ratchet music can
but
exist. You know,
I'm not. But again, I'm not saying that ratchet music can exist, but
you did
Sexy
say you have
Red
a
isn't
problem with Sexy
writing her
Red existing.
songs. Like she has ghostwriters. Like again,
So
as I had said before, I think a King Von isn't as bad. I think a Sukiani isn't as bad. I think a Cardi B isn't as bad, even though
I
Cardi
think
B is
it's
saying wet ass pussy, right?
I do
Like
think it's bad
that's
that you
just as bad as talking about her coochie, right? That's how I like. So my issue is that she is an industry plant,
but
someone
you
that
don't know that. There's no way to prove that.
okay. I mean, I guess you could say that I don't know that, and you know, hey, I'm not gonna claim to say that I can show you all of the videos right now. Like it's real shit. Like I would honestly, if I was at home with my computer, or no, if I had my computer on my trip, because I was like I said, I was in Cabo, So I didn't have my computer with me. I actually would have compiled some stuff for you, but like I'm not doing it on my phone or some
Okay.
shit. Like I would be down to chop it back up with you
Okay. I,
and bring some evidence with me because like I don't have that on hand because
no,
I
you.
like
That's
I
fine.
just got back.
I got okay.
Yeah, so
So I got my friend Terrence. He wanted to talk to you. He's cool. He's not gonna like be on no tech mode. Do you
oh
have
no,
to?
man,
I was gonna ask.
yeah, I
Do
got
you
time.
want to talk to
Okay.
him, and then maybe for a few
Yeah,
minutes, and
that's
then
cool.
we could wrap up this convo. Terrence, if you wanna ask him something real quick, hop back in, and then we just for a little bit, and then we'll keep it moving. Okay, he was really eager to talk for a little bit.
Yo, what's good?
I guess he getting the shit set up.
See, well, you could call me anime.
Yeah, call him
That's what
anyway.
my friends call me. I'm 21. Yeah, young. Yeah, oh 04. Ooh,
Ooh,
okay,
you
cool,
young,
cool.
young. Jesus.
You right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm super young Gen Z.
Terrence, get your mic together, man. Oh, I had
Am I
you on
not
mute.
good?
I'm sorry. I
Oh
had you on
yeah.
mute still. Sorry.
So do me a favor. Look into a group called Two Live Crew. They were
Okay.
literally banned and in the Senate for the music that they made. All males. You know what I'm saying? We talk about raunchy and disgusting. My mom banned me from listening to them ever. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like when you go through the 90s, man, we've had our so-called one-hit wonders that could have been, I guess, labeled as industry plant. But if somebody has a sound, they get a push. If it works out, cool. If it don't work out, all right, move on to the next one. Like the industry plant thing is a very complicated, weird conversation because, like Logic said, you're giving these people more power and knowledge than what they have. We make things cool. So if Ice Spice, she had a moment. Where's she now? Not it, it's not.
Oh,
It's
and
just
I can actually
she,
speak to that. Ice Spice was gearing up. She was doing some stuff with Drake and some stuff went again. Like I could bring the evidence to you guys. Like I follow this stuff real close. I just don't have it on
bro,
hand. But like
bro. She was,
she had fallen out with Drake, and Drake is one of these people that puts on industry plans because he is
you
one
know,
himself. Like that's what they
you know
do.
who's bigger than Drake? Taylor Swift, and she was paired up with Taylor Swift. Saw what happened with that? It didn't work out. Why? Because she doesn't have the profitability or the
Wait.
skill.
Sexy. Wait, nah. Who are we talking about?
Ice Spice. She
Ice
was with,
Spice.
she
Yeah,
was she
Ice
was
Spice
chilling with
did a
Taylor
song
Swift.
with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and it
Yeah, they
didn't
was
work
Well,
kicking
out.
it.
yeah. Yeah,
You know what I'm
honestly,
saying?
I don't follow her music like that. So,
Bro,
but
there's like
Taylor Swift's
we
an
gotta
industry
real
plant herself. So, as I said, like they industry plants
mm,
put each other on.
she's not an industry plant. She's just an artist that people relate to. Cool. She got writers and stuff. Guess what? Those writers, her talent that people like, they feed into it. She has her own Swifty clan, and there we have it.
Yeah,
Just like
and a
Nicki
dad in the
Minaj.
music industry that was
Like
that's
me
pushing her
personally,
stuff.
I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan. I don't think she's a great rapper, but
Really?
she has barbs.
Whoa, what?
Bob, her, yeah,
Okay,
bro,
never
bro.
mind, never mind.
She
Continue. I'm sorry.
and people follow her, and that's her niche crowd that she's able to appeal to, and that's what she goes for. It happens to be a big crowd that she appeals to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I was thinking about something too. The snubs, like we have to realize this, man. Again, we are a community of people that can make shit cool. We don't need their approval, man, because without Beyonce getting those accolades from them, she still had one of the biggest tours. She still makes damn near billions of dollars, worldwide recognized name, and she doesn't need the push of the Grammys or anything. It's a nice to have, but she doesn't need it. She still gets recognized across this globe with no problem. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop putting so
I
much
just think like the
value into that.
idea of we don't need their approval. I just feel like because I'm not saying that we need their approval, or I'm I'm saying that it sows more hatred, and that's bad. Like
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't care about them. I don't care about what they think of us, but I w- it,
All right.
to be honest, like you kind of do
Why
because
do
they
they have
use
a
a lot of
song
violence. Like
called
I said,
Little
I grew up
Dick?
in a real racist town, so I dealt with a lot of racism growing up, and stuff like that was used against me. Like I just remember white kids using a kid because I had dreadlocks. So I was, I was labeled. I was like, oh, you got like them, and I had like thick wigs too. So you King Von and over here, you over here like cool,
Well,
Julio Coolio.
allow me to steal one of the lines from our favorite friend Walter Weeks. Think about this. You got to realize around 50 to 60 years ago, lynching was legal. In the
Yeah,
newspapers, they had black men lynched and hung with white people standing around them. You could find article clippings of that. We don't have that today. We have some still systemic weird things, and we have these
what?
weird ass edge
I mean,
lords.
like it's not legal, but they're still getting lynched. Like
Where?
that's an issue. And the way we deal with that, because I don't like how can we say that there aren't a group of white people like creating stuff
Have you
behind the
ever?
scenes to mess with us when we could talk about redlining, which is a group of white men who get
Yeah,
together and create negative stuff for us.
but
Will you talk
redlining,
about all the propaganda that they put out that was put out by the government?
but
I mean,
but redlining
we know
today.
about the drug wars and them
Yeah,
putting the drugs in our communities. So
brother.
there is like this cabal of people who just hate black people and will do whatever it takes to destroy us.
This is
And
my
Brother.
every single
kryptonite.
one of
This is my
those things
kryptonite.
is bad.
I'm giving you your credit right now. That is all true. But
Terrence.
what is happening today? That's what we got to talk about. What's happening today? There has been a myriad of facetious, crazy, insane shit the government has done within our community, from the Tuskegee Airmen experiment to Tulsa to various other things like Tulsa that has happened. And we're never going to deny that. That's why I said there's still some systemic racism that exists. All these fucking weird edge lords and shit, we don't need to worry about them. They're just going to be edge lords. What we need to worry about is taking care of ourselves. The constant worry of what white people think of us. All right, cool. We can just go ahead and be like, oh, everybody's Jeffrey Dahmer. Everybody's this, everybody's that. We've seen the clear line of evidence of the horrific things their group has done. But what does it get us, or where does it get us if we constantly have that argument? It makes cool. They want to think that way. That's fine. I see nothing but black excellence everywhere I fucking go. I see more of our people in the tech world. I see more celebrities being more aware and pushing certain things. Like there's more things that's going on than what racist Timmy is saying. Who cares? I don't give a fuck what Ben Shapiro says. I don't give a fuck what Charlie Kirk said. I don't care about what none of those people. You know why? Because they're not that smart themselves. So their impression of my people doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And we could always pick out these outliers of, I could pick out a million sexy reds that existed before her. You ever heard of Kaya?
Probably not. I
Go look her up. My neck
I
and
feel
back.
like I need to I need to get into listening to digital media more because all I
Yeah.
listen to is physical media right now. So
And,
that's a suggestion. I'll take a look.
and I feel like the chat is getting tired of this conversation. I'll say this, man. The sexual stuff that you've been hearing from Sexy Red and all that stuff is old as time, man. It's been there forever. And it's always going to be there. Sex sells. That's it. Sex sells.
Yeah, Rasta said it's. I just looked up this group called Hoes with Attitude from the, I guess, late '80s, '90s. They got songs called Lil Dick and
Damn.
Make Me Come. I don't know. I forgot what all they were, but it was some crazy titles. So
Do you remember
yeah,
Akinelli?
this shit I knew, huh?
You remember Akinelli?
I don't. living in a whole house,
Oh,
little
look-
dick, funk me. So
Bruh.
it's trick.
Look up Akinelli, man. That shit is wild, bro. Like
But yeah.
BET Uncut. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But yeah, this is fun. We could talk more in the future. I know bro said he want to, he said he ain't got everything in front of him if he want to present
Oh, that's cool.
more evidence and shit.
Yeah, as well. You know who's another industry plant? Myron Gaines. Like we can count on him all day. That's another industry plant.
Myron
And
is
someone
an
like
industry
Myron
plant.
Gaines, and as we say, like I think that someone like Myron Gaines is a bad example because he took a lot of young white men who are these crazy incels because of all of the issues going on in the world with capitalism and how it's creating a whole lot of problems.
I ain't trying to be rude, bro, but I gotta.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude. I just gotta. I gotta get to
my
everything
bad,
else on the
my bad.
stream. You good? But yeah, man. Trying your ass irritate. I just saw this screenshot. But yeah, we could chop it up another day on stream, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll get some stuff pulled up for you.
Yeah, if you really do want to do that, and then you tell me when you're ready, we could do that.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I could get some stuff for you, man.
All right,
I think that'd be dope.
All right, yeah, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Terrence, too.
Because I'm black people above everything. I think everything that they do to harm us needs to be stopped. So we gotta stop all their madness. But yeah, I'm gonna hop out of here.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
All right, bro.
All right. Oh, that was fun. Shout out to Terrence. Shout out to Anime. Hey, despite anything, y'all, I'm sure it ain't easy. Like y'all see, I be asking people in my comments all the time, come on my platform and have the conversation, and he did. So I can't be mad at that, So I appreciate anybody that's willing to express how they feel in real time on stream in front of people. A lot of people won't do that despite whatever position they have. They won't do it. So I appreciate anybody that do that. So, okay. Some fun stuff. If for those that don't know, which most of you probably do if y'all here, you know what I'm saying? I need to find something we disagree with. For y'all know, Candace Owens is a staple on my channel for calling out bullshit. And for the past, today's the 28th. This started on the 22nd. So for about 6 days now, Candace Owens has been losing her mind in front of everybody in real time. And she's been tweeting that basically, okay, so y'all know we covered her lying on the Macron family, the French president and his wife, saying that his wife is born a man. They're suing her now. And we're at the point now where this got 44 million views. I didn't see that. We're at the point now that she's saying that they are trying to kill her now. Candace Owens is tweeting that the French government, Emmanuel Macron, is trying to kill her. Let's see if she has any proof of anything of the sort. So, I don't know which would be better. Let's do this. So, this is where it all started. Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I am told there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Y'all, this sounds like fanfic so hard. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Passard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. but I have more specific information which is definitively verifiable. Should they care to reach out to me? To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you truly. Let all be revealed. So the funny thing about that is, why would somebody in the middle of litigation as the plaintiff, not the defendant.
More money, more money.
Shout out to Albert Choice for the $5.50 super chat. I'm sorry, but I have to ask, where's her husband, George Farmer, to stop this madness? Yeah, I don't know. If you got a husband and he's letting you crash out like this, I don't know. He's clearly not the one calling the shots over there. And not saying he has to, but she's ruining y'all lives right now. But I'm trying to understand how you're in the middle of a legal battle and you clearly don't have the wits to plan a murder, and it got to the person you're trying to kill. Like, I don't get, this is the worst operation I've ever heard of in my entire freaking life. We're gonna get to more of her tweets and what some of these stupid people reacted to. God damn it. And then we got, wait, what? So if y'all know Dave Smith, he sees this shit. He's like a libertarian MAGA fucking apologist who says this is fucking wild. I'm hoping this isn't true, but if it is, they should know that taking out Candace Owens will turn all of us into Candace Owens. Bro, why do you believe this? Why are you entertaining this? He's like a comedian, but he's like really into politics, and like he rarely ever makes any sense when he's talking to people that's competent, and he's like really acting like that this is real. People giving her ammo to sound legitimate is just as bad as her. This was the next day. I am told that payments for assassinations are running through the Club des Saints in France. This means there is a paper trail, and I encourage the patriots of France to do what you can to uncover it. I would again like to stress that there was a French female assassin, but also a male. Israeli assassin, also a male. Israeli assassin that were selected to kill me. These are joint state operations. So France has teamed up with Israel, because we know how she feels about Israel, to take her out. Y'all, she needs to make a video game or something, because this story is busting. It's so busting. And if y'all are curious, let's look up what Club des Saints is. Now, I know it. I looked it up. The Club des Saints Club of 100 brings together distinguished gastronomes such as Karnowski, Henry Galt, Christian Malau, and Doyon. This club is also known as the Compagnons des Cogan. I don't know French. As the name indicates, the club has exactly 100 official members. In addition, there are a few trainees as well as foreign and honorary members. Founded in 1912, the club engages in various activities focused on gastronomy. The members meet weekly every Thursday from 12:30 to 2:30 precisely, usually at Maxim's on Rue Royale in Paris. In addition to the weekly meals, foreign trips also. These people get together and eat. This is a group that gets together and eat. Now, you can have the argument that, well, maybe this is just a name. You know, I'm sure there's more you could go into outside of Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? And you can argue like, oh, maybe, you know, it's undercover. You know, you can't just go on Wikipedia and run with that. I looked and there's nothing more. I think there's another group of like bicyclists or something like that. It's like that group and a bicycle group. Now, if you know this group exists in two different areas and then you name your undercover assassination Kingsman crew and have the same name as this, either you're extremely smart or extremely stupid. But what I do know is, for her to have this name that you could look up, and there's two other organizations with this name, I don't know what I can do with that, Candace. But notice she's 2 tweets into this, all of this, no proof. She hasn't shown anybody anything. She's not shown anybody anything. So Dan Crenshaw confronted Dave Smith, which was funny. And no, so it gets better. Let's see what Myron has to say about this.
No, I got to meet.
This is facts and logic. This Myron is facts, logic, truth, evidence, statistics guy, right? Let's see what Myra has to say.
You know, prayers go out to Candace. I hope she's okay. Nothing happens to her. You know, I got to meet her husband and her beautiful family. And, you know, I only wish the best
Sam, that would be so freaking funny. That would be so funny.
for her. You know, it's scary having that level of influence, talking about the topics that she talks about. I mean, yeah, people are going to get pissed off, bro. People are going to be mad. And she isn't half naked. That's another thing I give Candace a
Oh my God, he has to throw that in.
lot of fucking respect for. She doesn't have to market her sexuality. She dresses modestly. She uses her brain, investigative journalism, and
What's the investigation, bro? Candace has not proven anything she's made. Candace's biggest claims have no proof behind them. None.
covers a whole bunch of topics. So shout out to Candace. I think she's a fantastic role model for other.
Wait, I saw something that caught my eye. One of his chatters said, Candace is not crazy when what she says turns out to be true. When has that happened? Where has there been a time Candace has said some outlandish shit and it came to be true? When? That's never happened.
Other women to emulate in the United States. And I asked her too during the interview. I said, "What's your response to critics that say that you're a hypocrite for, you know, having a career and having a family?" And she said straight up, "Look, I'm an anomaly. Most people are not going to be."
I love how all of the narratives that these people push, they are always the exception when they tell everybody they can't do or shouldn't do something. Myron is the exception. Rollo Tomasi is the exception. Donovan Sharp is the exception. Cooley is the exception. Candace Owens is the exception. Pearl is the exception. Why are all of y'all saying so much shit that you don't live? Why? Please, why are all of y'all have the strongest positions and don't ever live what you say? None of you live what you say. Not one of y'all. Y'all got the strongest opinions, but all of y'all all kick it and all of y'all the exception to the rule. God damn, this is stupid. It just hit me how many of these people really like, Walter, your little irrelevant ass don't live what you say. All of y'all.
able to do this. Pursue a family first. You know?
God.
And she said it like on the interview. So she was very
Yo, his chat. Candace has more courage than a lot of niggas. Candace is more crazy than a lot of niggas. I'll give her that credit.
transparent, very candid. So I do think that what she's doing is great, and she's waking up a lot of women because, unfortunately, a lot of women are just not going to like the way I convey my message. So she'll be able to, you know, fix that. You know, prayers go out to her, and I hope she's okay. I reached out to her after, you know, any way I can help. What do you think about Candace's death threats? This comes from Ricky D. I think it's credible.
This is. I know, y'all. I swear to God, I didn't listen to this video. I just saw that Myron's was running defense and I saved it. I just knew he was going to run defense because he met her and he's loyal. This is exactly why being loyal to a fault is not good. There's nothing wrong with loyalty, but you cannot put your own morality, your own credibility, your own self-respect on the line to be loyal. Candace been on his platform. They agree on a lot of policy probably. They both hate Israel, so you know he's gonna back her up. So for you to sit there, I think it's credible, bro. Why? Why are you staking that claim? At the very least, he could have been like, you know, if she's gonna make that claim, I'm pretty sure that it's true. That sounds better than it's credible. Golly. Albert, like you said, like I don't even know if his husband's probably just saving as much money as possible to leave her because this is getting ridiculous. Fam, hey, all y'all, hey.
What?
Y'all gotta chill on me, man. My allergies are not light. Like it's so bad. I be trying to live. And y'all like, man, what a Mucinex, man. You need get rid of the cat. Man, like, y'all, I'm trying. I'm hurting out here. I just need y'all to bear with me, man. I'm trying. I'm trying.
I think it's 100% credible. That's what I was just answering now. I think it's 100% credible. When you got 200,000 plus people watching
100% credible. Wow.
you live, bro. Guys, do y'all understand that she gets more views than like Fox News, nigga? Like, I want y'all to let that sink in real quick. She gets more views than mainstream TV networks. To put things in perspective for you guys,
Right, KP.
like Patrick Bet-David gets more views than like CNN and shit.
I don't know. That might be true. I'm not gonna say it's not. I don't know how true that is. Like, when you say more views, what are you counting that? Like, are you counting their most popular videos, or I don't know how he would compare it. I'm not saying it's not true.
Okay? Patrick Bet-David gets more views than a lot of mainstream outlets. Candace gets more than that.
That is true, though, true crime. If you into conspiracies and lies and stupid shit, if you watch Fox, shit, the next step up is Patrick Bet-David, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson. Like, yeah, if you watch lies, you're going to consume more. You're going to get more radicalized. Shit, next step is Nick Fuentes. Fuck. And look, see how Myron brain work? More views means good. Like, necessarily to him. To him, more views necessarily means good. That's why he's such a fucking idiot on X and says some of the dumbest shit on X, because he thinks that just the numbers period is all that matters. Then you good. Fuck your credibility. Fuck respect. Fuck the image. Fuck everything. It's just as long as you get the views, that's what matters. This is crazy. So there she keeps going. Man, these views crazy. Millions of views on all these tweets. When everything is said and done, and the public learns that that Macron allegedly, y'all, allegedly. Why she say allegedly? Why is this alleged? Why are you saying allegedly? You said you had proof. You're tweeting. You're like giving updates every day. Why are you saying allegedly, Candace? You have proof, don't you? Definitive, verifiable proof, don't you, Candace? What this say? Oh, yeah, let's look at that next. When everything is said and done and the public learns that Macron allegedly moved $1.5 million for my assassination, how will the world respond? Somebody said, no one can say my sources are wrong if I refuse to give any at all. So, Candace, now they allegedly moved the money. And the first one was basically saying, I got a credible source that they've been trying to kill me. And that she has plausible deniability, because if she can't even be sued for saying they tried to kill her, because like True Crime said, or no, Sam said, what if this is all a trick to make her look stupid? If she had reason to actually believe it was real, she can't get sued for libel, you know? So it's yeah. That's why she was able to do that. Who else was running defense? Where'd it go? So we got another one, y'all. Another one.
Show me.
Another exception to the rule. I could cry for Charlie, but I can't cry for my kids.
I will say this.
Brandon cries for Charlie Tatum.
Because it's not verified. I don't have any verifiable evidence. Candace didn't show me verifiable evidence, but she did say that she had it, and I have not asked her for the evidence.
Why?
Because I have to do it on a secure platform, which is the secure platform that I've invested in and I believe in. The CEO and I was talking about it, helping them develop it, and that's Freedom Chat. And I told Candace yesterday, don't text me this stuff on the cell phone. Send it to me on Freedom Chat where it's encrypted, and we can have a conversation without the government putting their fingers in it. And
so you were just promoting a platform that you had a hand in making. This the same nigga that was trying to call out Abba and Preach for being low, that threw an ad in the video about Charlie Kirk and him crying about him. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, Candace, don't send me this text. I got this app that's busting. It's encrypted. Nobody could get into it, nothing. We don't want the government and nothing. Send it. So, y'all, we got Freedom Chat. It's totally encrypted. I helped work on it. I know the CEO. It's secure. Send it in there. Yeah, let me tell my audience that.
Now, I know that it's encrypted, and I know that it's protected because I'm a part of the company. So I made sure that before I ever endorse it.
Yo, these people are just disgusting. I'm baffled that I believe in the Matrix now. It's just, these people have no self-awareness in the shit that they do, and I just don't get it. More secure than Signal, right? I just can't believe what these people do and say on it's almost as if I think they got to the point where they feel like as long as I'm making this much money, all this lies and deceit that I do to my audience don't matter because I'm okay. I think they just at the point where it's like I can pretty much do whatever I want and I'm gonna get paid, so who the fuck cares? They don't have to deal with the repercussions for the most part. Even if they have a bad day where Abba and Preach flame you up, it's okay. I'm still getting views. Fuck it. My bill's gonna get paid. I don't care. But because their audience is just not gonna give a fuck. And now he's promoting an app while talking about Candace might be getting assassinated and you supposedly gonna take, you're believing her. She ain't show you the evidence, but you saying she had it and you believe her. Then you're promoting a product and her life is on the line, apparently.
To support anybody making claims like that, I need to look at it. I looked at the technology and everything, and I know it's encrypted. And therefore, we can have a private conversation. All right, y'all. So this is preliminary information. I don't have all the information. Candace haven't dropped it. I'm sure she probably drop it on the show later on the day. I'll be watching to see if she puts some information out there. I don't know how much she can give. If she were to give this to the FBI, which she's told me that she notified them, this is probably a matter under investigation. She probably can't even divulge all the stuff.
But she got on X and brought it up. Get the fuck out of here. If you're going to go that far, show the evidence. If you're going to say it on X, show the evidence. You can't be that worried about the person that gave you the information because you're already saying you got it. And if the ties is that loose that this could get to you as the target, you're the target and the information got to you, they know exactly who the fuck told you. They know if it's true. If whoever's planning it, somebody got to you and told you, they know who did it if it's really happening. So what you scared of? You told the world. That tweet got 44 million views.
Shall see, but comment in the comment section. Let me know if you think this is real, if you think it's not.
You're not even taking it serious. Oh my God. Comment in the comment section. Do you think it's real? Do you think they're really trying to kill Candace Owens? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Nigga, we not talking about what you think of a video game, nigga. You talking about her life. This is her life. This man said, man, let me know in the comments. Y'all think they really trying to kill Candace? Let me know. Whoever get the most likes, I'm going to shout them out in the next video. Whoever thinks, if y'all more people think you like it, that she going to kill you, that she going to get killed, the less people that think it. Like, get the fuck out of here. I cannot believe this. This is insane. Let me know in the comments. Y'all think they going to kill Candace? Run the comments up. What the fuck is happening?
Real, if you think this,
they supposed to be friends too. I guess just as much as friends with Charlie Kirk. Ain't get an invite to the memorial. You know, he was in the back at the wedding probably, and they ain't say shit. They said, "Yeah, Brandon, you sit in the back of the bus. I mean, the back of the church. You sit in the, yeah, we got you a seat. It says Brandon Officer Tatum. You sit back there."
Candace is on to something. Do you think Candace fell out and bumped her head somewhere?
He's playing a game. Like, do you believe Candace? You think she bumped your head? Is Candace a conspiracy theorist? Like, what the fuck?
I will say this.
These people are insane. Okay, so let me see. I think she deleted some tweets. So I screenshotted some. I from what I just scrolled, she might have deleted some. Let me see. Let me see something, if I got them all. I hope I do. Maybe not. Okay, we got that one. Okay, no. I think everything's there. Okay. So, y'all know Milk Bar TV. He's been one of the people that's been on top of Tate. That sounded crazy. On top of the Tate's indiscretions and all his legal stuff. He's been Milk Bar TV and Gadget. They have been hard at work uncovering everything with Officer Tate. I mean, Andrew Tate. Look, I'm getting all this shit mixed up. And so he's been...
It's not verified.
Stop. He put a compilation together, a couple compilations of her timeline of her stories and the accusations she's made with no proof. If Kirk was still alive, Ken's in episode 3. Ethnicity. So... he said, a compilation of just some of the many times Candace Owens has claimed her life is at risk or she's being attacked while providing zero proof. This year alone, she's claimed influencers were being paid to attack videos about her, and she even offered a $10,000 reward for evidence. Nothing close to this was proved. She alleged that Emmanuel Macron had Donald Trump call her to tell her to stop talking about Brigitte Macron and suggested peace in Ukraine depended on it. No proof of this ever. We covered that. She insinuated that Brigitte Macron's relatives were potentially killed to prevent them from testifying in a lawsuit involving her. Again, no proof was provided. And now she claims the French, with the help of the Israelis, aka shadow elites, and they have assassins after her, somehow linked to Charlie Kirk's death, but this time she's telling the truth. At this point, how long is this? 4 minutes? It's probably just every claim.
That this person writes, God bless you. Please be careful. Joan Rivers got killed for exposing Michelle Obama, the Hollywood secret. I appreciate that. I also know that if they want to kill you, they will. I mean, that's the truth, and that's a sad thing to say, but at least you'll know who did it. It was the Frankists. I just want to be clear. Anything happens to me, blame the Zionists. And a full year of plots against my family, and we have been in just warrior mode for so long, and I just can't even, they just won't even just let me enjoy an end of pregnancy. They're like, no, what else can we get? What else can we find? And like I said, her piece matched too much the most recent Zionist attack. There is a figurative bounty on my head. Apparently influencers making up to
She said figurative.
$1,000 to make anti-Candace and anti-Tucker Carlson videos. The people have given us
Candace, you're not likable. Why is it hard to believe people will make videos anti-you?
names and said, this is the marketing campaign that's paying for this, or this is the organization foundation that offered me money for this. But you have to present concrete proof. Like, I obviously am aware the campaign is happening, but we need to actually see the email. So you have to submit the email that you received or the text message that you received to make a video about Candace Owens. I just want to know who specifically is behind it, so we can out that person. $10K is now the bounty for that information. Send it to tips@CandaceOwens.com. Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiations to end the Russian and Ukrainian war, unless you stop speaking about his wife. Obviously, I don't want to have on my conscience that less Christian men could have died in the East if I just shut up about something. I kind of go back in my mind to that conversation, and I find myself wondering whether or not Trump was being directed by somebody to give me a call, and whether he was being honest with me, if it was really coming from him, if it was coming from higher up. You know, my general perspective is that we live.
Sam, now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it would be so hilarious if they like goading her into being this unhinged on social media and just like you said, it's just all to make her look stupid. Like, that would be hilarious. Just like how Brittany Venti and Lauren Southern got Rollo Tomasi, just all this fake evidence to make you look like an idiot.
In a nation that is governed by the military, so I don't necessarily believe that Trump is in control of things. I can't see them wanting to make it to Discovery. I just don't see that happening. I think they'll
fake kill Brigitte to avoid Discovery.
kill Brigitte first. But they'll be like, oh, Brigitte passed away from stress.
Like, come on.
Because of what Candace did. Oh, nobody can talk about her being a man anymore.
But you see how it works, though, y'all? You just throw out stuff. The conspiracy theorist is just throwing out everything. This could be a possibility. This, they gonna do this. This, they gonna do this. This, they gonna do that. You know, this might happen. I heard this. This might happen. A bounty. All that stuff. And then if something happens, all she can say is, told you. I said that. But funny enough with Candace, none of the shit she says ever comes to fruition. Nothing ever comes out. I'm glad. I really hope... Shit, I feel like Candace, while she talking, I'm more likely to believe Candace might do something to herself and then blame the Macrons and say they tried to do it to her, but meanwhile, she did it to herself. She gonna pull a fucking Jussie Smollett. I wouldn't be surprised if she did it first. You know what I'm saying? Would Brigitte be willing to take a DNA test or her whole story can fall apart? That's why I just, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if Brigitte don't win the lawsuit, if she proves she's a female, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Even if the lawsuit don't go through, that's irrelevant to if Brigitte proves that she's a female. So what was the next one? Oh, this was good. So Milk Bar was on, he's been on her ass. Shout out to Milk Bar TV. He says, so let's get this straight. Candace Owens turns to Trump and the U.S. intelligence. Okay, I missed this tweet. She might have deleted this one. Maybe this is one of the ones she deleted, or I didn't save it. Either way, she made a tweet that said, our show will be off the air this week. As an update, both the White House and our counterterrorism agencies have confirmed receipt of what I reported publicly. Emmanuel Macron attempted to organize my assassination per a source close to the first couple. Also, I will again state that the French legionnaires were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, but they did not act alone. For all of you who doubted my claims, you can now look to the President of the United States and our intelligence communities to issue a statement to confirm whether I am telling the truth. So we're supposed to reach out to the president to see if she's telling the truth. Right. Mind you, the president has not spoken on Candace Owens since I don't know when. He didn't verify her claim of calling her to stop talking about the Macrons. That wasn't verified. And now you're saying that they're supposed to verify you might be getting assassinated. And so Milk Bar says, so let's get this straight. Candace Owens turns to Trump and U.S. intelligence agencies for help with her French-Israeli assassin problem after drilling into her audience that those same agencies were behind Charlie Kirk's death and that Trump's administration was captured and working for Israel and cannot be trusted. Yes, Candace has been against Trump. She thinks they back Israel too much. She thinks they back Israel too much. She thinks that Trump was willing to hold up, Emmanuel is willing to hold up peace between Ukraine and Russia, but yeah, you're going to them for help for your assassination. Y'all, this would be news. This would be news if this was real. The same way, who was that? Was it Jack Posobiec? No. Which, Benny Johnson. They had Benny Johnson come and speak. I don't know if it was at the White House or I think he was at the White House where he had like a threat. I think somebody threatened his family, his family's life or his life or something like that. They had Benny Johnson up there saying like, yeah, this left-wing violence because he got threatened. Candace Owens saying that the French president is planning an assassination and this ain't no news, just tweets from Candace. And you stupid people like Dave Rubin verifying it. Thank you, KP. At the White House, Benny Johnson was up there like, yeah, my family was threatened. In the White House backing him up. Candace Owens saying the French president is planning to assassinate an American citizen and there's no news on it. Smooth, it was Benny Johnson. It was Benny Johnson. Your life is at stake being threatened by the French government. And there's no news on it. And you told us to ask Trump about it. Candace is spiraling. She needs as much engagement and money as possible for this lawsuit coming up. So, Candace Owens may have just dropped her most insane theory yet, tying Brigitte, Nazis, MK Ultra, chocolate factories, Mossad, Trump, Kirk, and French assassins all into one conspiracy web. This picture is crazy. So, oh God, let's go. Here we go. Again, shout out to Milk Bar. On her IG stories, Candace theorizes Brigitte Macron's family were Nazis who fled Germany to France during World War II as refugees. Because of Operation Paperclip, a real U.S. program that brought German scientists to America after World War II to exploit their expertise and keep them from falling into Soviet hands. In Candace's world, somehow this means that Brigitte's family could have been Nazi scientists and that this is the major state secret being protected. She then links this to her ongoing obsession with proving Brigitte was involved in the Stanford prison experiment and throws in MK Ultra for good measure. Side note, Candace keeps insisting that the Macrons randomly mention MK Ultra in their lawsuit. It's not random. Candace repeatedly insinuated on her show that Brigitte and Emmanuel were part of MK Ultra and potentially Manchurian candidates. Candace next leaps to the Project Monarch, which she claims was a Nazi program and the precursor to MK Ultra. In reality, Project Monarch was not a Nazi program nor a precursor to MK Ultra. It was claimed by conspiracy theorists to be a later CIA mind control program after MK Ultra, but there is no credible evidence in it ever existed. It's purely a conspiracy theory. So even basic conspiracy theories, Candace appears to get wrong. Now enter the Jews, according to Candace. She claims she received a tip linking Ben-Gurion, Jabotinsky, and the Rothschilds to supposedly protecting the Macron family chocolate factory in France. Is that even still that relevant? I mean, it might still be. I'm going to say that. I don't know. This seems to directly contradict her claim earlier that Brigitte's family were German Nazi refugees, but never mind. So this connects to Israel, which is, Brigitte is a Mossad state asset. And that, she says, is why Trump allegedly called her, still zero proof this happened, and told her to stop talking about Brigitte because she's a state asset and this is a national security issue. And somehow this apparently connects to Charlie Kirk, who Candace claims knew 24 hours in advance that he was going to die and by who, and that if he had told the public, especially Candace, it could have been prevented or something. Zero receipts for any of this. Saying that it could get back to them is also crazy. She also used AI to look things up. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that, but don't surprise me. So at the end of the day, drop in the comments what you think the conspiracy is. No, I'm just like, but no, it's, to me, it's just like, where are we? Like, Candace, how are we here? You know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, what I think the end goal is probably like, get as much engagement as possible, because I don't know what the difference between doing her show and tweeting is. You're still putting it on the internet, and maybe it's like, hey, make sure y'all leave a like. I don't know. She's like, we're not going to do the show this week, blah, blah, blah. But you're tweeting everything. And in my mind, what's the difference? I don't know what the difference is in those two things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the difference is between tweeting this shit and having your show. Maybe it'd be harder for her to sell this lie in real time, so she's tweeting it because she can type all her words and make it. And as I'm scrolling her Twitter, she's just like resharing people that agree with her. Russell Brand, MK Ultra happened, LSD experiments happened. We know MK Ultra happened. So when Candace questions the narrative around Charlie Kirk, you can't just roll your eyes. Yes, we can. Operation Mocking Pastor has failed categorically. Younger generations are demonstrating spiritual discernment. See, like, it's just, she's just retweeting people that agree with her. It's insanity. It's insanity. And somebody needs to put her in a fucking mental institution. What's this? It's a bunch. People supporting her. Wait. Are we going to go? Okay, so we got a few more. Has the press done its part and asked the White House and l'Élysée Palace whether there were any French legionnaires on the ground at UVU on 9/10? This could Charlie Kirk conspiracy. Seems like a pretty straightforward thing to confirm or deny. If they have the audacity to allow a record, it would be good for humanity. We need to see how deep this thing goes. You're the only one saying this. Major break. Someone directly involved in the booking process has confirmed to me that our Egyptians who flew into Provo ahead of Charlie Kirk's assassination were staying quiet at the La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem, Utah, specifically the University Parkway location. Remember, our Egyptians flew in on September 4th and stayed through the 13th. We are now looking for footage of these individuals. If you own a store nearby, could check cameras and, you know, like, it's just endless shit. It's just endless shit thrown at the wall. It's just endless shit thrown at the wall. And she's just hoping that something sticks at some point. It's the most insane shit. Like, and people like Dave Smith saying they believe, he's like, oh, this might be possible. This is crazy. And then you got fucking Congressman Dan Crenshaw's like, look, shut up. This is stupid. Candace is ridiculous. Why are you entertaining this? Myron, I think it's credible. Bro, you only say that because you're loyal to a fault. Brandon Tatum is over here trying to sell a fucking app that he made. And now all y'all throwing y'all credibility on the line when it comes out that Candace is a fucking idiot and lying. And if she's right, I'll eat shit. I'm not worried about it though. I'm not worried about it. I really hope that she don't do nothing to herself so we can get through this Macron lawsuit. Because I want it to be proven that Brigitte's a female. So when that's proven, I want to know what Candace is going to say. She's going to say she's the Mossad and Israel lied about the DNA test. Like, she's not going to cop to. I don't know if I've ever seen Candace admit to being wrong about anything ever. I don't know if she ever admit to being wrong about anything. Golly. Now we're looking for Egyptians. Like, it's just, first I thought it was Israel. Now it's Egypt. Like, come on. It's just so much shit being thrown at the wall. And I don't get how she has a fan base. I don't get how anybody could follow her. Anybody that follows Dave Smith, Myron, Brandon Tatum, they over here backing Candace with no proof. She's on Twitter talking about what's happening, has provided no proof, and y'all still like, that's the homie, bro. She one of the guys, bro. If Candace say it, I'm riding, I'm rolling. I'm sorry. I fuck with Watts, but if this nigga said that the French government was trying to kill him, I'm gonna be like, nigga, you lying. And if I hop on this platform and y'all be like, you hear what Watts said, I'm gonna be like, nope. And I'm not looking at, no. I'm be like, yeah, I don't know, man. Bro told me that was happening, and that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. All right, next on the docket. That's exactly what I would be. My sister likes her. Oh no. I don't know. I don't have no siblings, but I know some people that be like, yeah, I don't like Candace Owens because she be telling the truth, bro. Come on. I don't even know if you could define what truth is if you think that. Golly. So, yeah. He the homie, but if he said the French government was trying to kill him, I would tell him to blink twice if he needs help. That's what I would do. But to be fair, of course, Candace is a bigger name, but at the end of the day, crazy is crazy. And speaking of crazy, our Cheeto in chief. Now, everybody that was complaining about Joe Biden's age, it's like the audacity to not care about the president's mental capacity to lead. It's just comical how much of a hypocrite these people are. So, you guys, this is a tweet from our president. So, buckle up. We're going to read it. And we have to read it. What's good, Bushido? We have to read it so you can grasp the insanity. I'm sorry, but we have to read it. So, let's do it. All right. A very happy Thanksgiving. Salutation. This is a Thanksgiving post, y'all. This is a Thanksgiving post. And just pay attention to what's going to happen. A very happy Thanksgiving. Salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world, for being politically correct and can I get a period, my nigga? And just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million, according to the census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant earning $30,000 with a green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family. God. The real migrant population is such higher. This is a Thanksgiving post, y'all. Keep that in mind. This was supposed to be a happy Thanksgiving. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II. Failed schools, high crime, urban decay, and overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages, and large deficits, etc. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota. Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey, as our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope that they will be left alone. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing, either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman/woman in our country Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, and who probably came into the USA illegally, in that you are not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated. When her place of origin is a decadent, backward, and crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. Even as we have progressed technologically, immigration policy has eroded those gains and living conditions for many. I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover. Terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country. End all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens of our country, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non-compatible with Western civilization. These goals will be pursued with the aim of achieving a modern reduction in illegal and disruptive populations, including those admitted through an unauthorized and illegal auto pen approval process. Only reverse migration, we're going to get there, y'all, can fully cure this situation. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those that hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything that America stands for. You won't be here for long. He said reverse migration. Right? I know y'all better not have got. All right, so let me see what y'all said. Household that's false to eating my dog's cat. Speaking of mental capacity, Trump said he was surprised around powers. Whoa, 200 raised. I don't think I never cried to be. That's it, really. Yeah, reverse migration. Yep, reverse migration. We're gonna get to that. So, Homeland Security, the official Department of Homeland Security Twitter page. The stakes have never been higher, and the goal has never been more clear. Re-migration now. Look at help arrest them. ICE.gov. America needs you. Deport them now. So they're wait. Oh, okay. This is okay. Somebody replied. So I'm glad they put this here. I don't have to go to it. So the Department of Homeland Security said remigration. For those that it sounds like a word that may not mean much, this is what remigration is. Remigration is a far-right concept originally from Europe of ethnic cleansing via the mass deportation of non-white immigrants and their descendants, sometimes including those born in Europe, with local citizenship to their place of racial ancestry. It is popular, especially within the identitarian movement. Some proponents of remigration suggest excluding some persons with non-European background but from such a mass deportation based on a varyingly defined degree of assimilation into European culture. So we're at the point now where I think they're just going guns blazing with the xenophobia, with the racism, with the sexism. He's talking. I guess he said he don't want to be politically correct no more. Even average people get chastised for saying retarded. The president just tweeted that the governor of Minnesota's retarded. He made fun of Ilhan Omar and her hijab. They keep lying about her marrying her brother. And all of this is probably going to get excused by people on the right. It's one thing that he says it and isn't probably too worried about the repercussions behind the shit he says. But it's another when his supporters are going to run defense for it. That's where I have to really like wonder what's gonna happen. We need a reckoning. This is insane. Idiocracy wasn't supposed to be a documentary. Like the Bionic Scoop. I've been saying this for the past year on this channel. The Trump documentary is gonna be one for the ages because it's real. Like, you know how when you hear about shit in the past, like what's an example? Shit, you would think even slavery, but how people accept that. But I'm trying to think of something that's like, how the fuck did that happen? I can't think of anything in history. But just thinking about whatever you may think about in your head, something in history where you be like, damn, like, how the fuck did y'all let that happen? Like, damn, like, what was everybody thinking? Like, why did you let, I guess maybe something like how Megan's Law came into effect. I don't know. That's a little hard to predict. But the way Megan's Law came into existence, it had to take a child being kidnapped and murdered for Megan's Law to exist, where you have to be registered as a sex offender. People can look it up. That's hard, but because, you know, nobody's probably, before something like that happens, you're not thinking like, I need to publicly know if there's an offender near me. But at the end of the day, whatever you think about a history, that's like, damn, how y'all let that happen? 30, 40 years from now, they are going to look at Trump's era and be like, first of all, why did y'all vote a celebrity as president? He didn't do anything substantial in his first term worthy of getting a second. He tries to cool and overturn the government, and then he gets voted in again. And when he does, he goes against the Constitution and everybody's supporting it that was on his side. Like, it's just so much that is just inexcusable for this man that his base is going to make excuses for. It's hard to believe that it's happening. And then, like, if we end up in some type of authoritarian rule, or the Constitution is just scrapped for whatever the fuck he wants to do, then everybody gonna be looking like, how did we get here? You motherfuckers let everything he did go and never cared. That's how. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sam, you're to be fair, yes, Reagan was, but at least, I don't mean a celebrity, but more so somebody that showed no competencies for politics. That's really what I mean. Like, people, I'm sure I would vote for Jon Stewart, you know, so the competency, he's never seemed like a smart person. He never seemed like he understood motherfuckers think I'm playing. I don't think he can name all the branches of government and what they're supposed to do, because he's trying to fucking mix them all up and he just wants to do everything. He don't know what each branch is and what they're supposed to do. I guarantee you. Well, Zane, he threw treason around. He said that the 6 Congress people that made that video, they were treasonous because they said they told the military don't follow illegal orders. They're mad at that. They're mad that he said they should be hung. He said that the congressman that said, hey, military, you don't have to follow illegal orders, he said they should be hung because that's sedition. So go figure. We're gonna end up in a position that's hard to reverse, in whether he's president or the next president, where we might meet another depression, where we have inflation that's just unmanageable, where China takes over and we're looking dumb, and everybody gonna be like, how the hell, what happened? Joe Biden. They're gonna be like, Joe Biden, it's Biden's fault that China took over. And then and then half of us is like, no, we know what happened. We saw it all, but y'all let it all go. Like, people been mad at Destiny. He's been like, no. He said Destiny's it's radical as fuck, but it's like, at this point, what can you say? He was like, no, there needs to be like some type of, they have to have a punishment for their behavior. Everybody that supported Trump, all the senators, all the representatives, anybody that's been supportive of Trump and what he does or made excuses, that's in Congress and in his administration, needs to be impeached and never able to run again. And he says that, and it's like, they need to like stand trial for their complicity with Trump. And it's crazy as hell when you hear it, but it's like, what the fuck else are we supposed to do to make these people realize that you like are ruining the country? Like, if Trump dies or the next presidency comes and all these same people is like, that shit was crazy. We really got out of that 4 years with Trump. That was insane. I can't believe we're here right now. Just business as usual. What's going to stop them from doing this stupid shit again? So it's just like, what do y'all expect? It's absolutely insane how these people are just being bystanders about what the fuck is going on. So, yeah. I didn't, TJ. I ain't even know. I don't even know what that is. Oh, I know you're talking about the fucking AI. I might get to that. It depends how much time we get, TJ. The AI shit. If I don't, I might make a short out of that. Do I think Destiny was right saying all need to be Nuremberg? I didn't get to listen to that whole debate. So I didn't get to listen to it. But at this point, like when they say motherfuckers getting radicalized, it's like, bro, I'll take anything. Yeah, I think honestly, KP, I don't see Vance. I don't think Vance can't do it. He can't. I don't think even people on the right don't even like him. I don't think anybody will vote for JD Vance. But True Crime, I would have to hear the whole position. I just didn't. So from that, we're gonna see him unhinged in real time. In real time, y'all gonna see him lose his mind. So, if y'all don't know, there was 2 National Guard officers that were shot in D.C. the other day. I don't know if it's yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before. No, they ain't got no candidate. They don't know what they're gonna do after Trump. They have no idea. So, so there were 2 National Guard officers that was shot by an Afghan, I guess, immigrant. In DC 2 days ago. One of them, I think, is still in critical condition. The other has just recently passed away. Condolences to their family. It's really fucked up that that happened. This man shot them in the middle of the street, and they had a press conference, I guess, after the one of the guards passed, and Trump is taking questions about this. Because there's no way, as Trump, you don't feel responsible for that. No matter what the situation. Now, the man shouldn't have shot him. It's his fault, 100%. But the National Guard ain't supposed to be picking up trash, standing around in D.C. That's a fact. So let's see him have to confront the reality of what happened.
We just heard from President Trump.
Stick around, TJ.
With U.S. service members on this Thanksgiving. President Trump also revealing some breaking news during that appearance. He says that the U.S. Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom of Somerville, West Virginia, one of the National Guardsmen savagely attacked yesterday in Washington, D.C., has passed away. May God be with her family.
Yo, that shit is so fucking sad to me, bro. And they both in their 20s. Both of them was in their fucking 20s, bro. And it's just like, that's not what you signed up for. That's not what you signed up for.
Now, it seems like President Trump may be speaking again. Let's listen in and see if he's making any more announcements there.
There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But
and you see how his reaction to everything is, get him out, throw everything at the book, throw the book at him, do everything. Like, oh, it's crime, send the military there so there's crime stop. Oh, matter of fact, when they got shot, he sent 500 more people there. Like, when they got shot, I saw the news updates. When they got shot, he was like, Trump sends 500 more National Guards to D.C. after they got shot. What the fuck are you doing?
Go cuckoo. Something happens to him.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year.
I hope can y'all hear her? Can y'all hear her? It's super low.
But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG.
Can y'all hear her? I'll turn it up and not talk because she's super low. So let me know. Can y'all hear her? Your DOJ. Okay, I'll turn it up and I'll let her speak, and then I'll turn it back down when she's done because you can barely hear her.
Just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let them in.
See? Okay, wait. Sorry. Let's hear this interaction fully. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut it off. This interaction got to be heard fully.
Vetted. And we have a lot. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this
They is the shooter.
country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go, we were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But
So he's saying that the Afghan immigrants were let in. They came in under Biden, but they got vetted to. I think I don't know if it was for please forgive me if I'm not sure. If anybody else knows, let me know if they were accepted as asylum seekers or citizenship. I don't think they got citizenship. But they were legal immigrants, probably under asylum. He said she's posed to him that they were vetted thoroughly through the process, that the vetting process is supposed to be fully done. There was no red flags. Nothing came up. No criminal history, nothing. The man goes out and kills 2 National Guard people. He says it's Biden's fault because he let them in, but they got their status through Trump. They just got their status through Trump because they went through the vetting process and passed it. He's still blaming Biden and says, basically the law is I had to let them through, so, it's stupid because we couldn't reverse it. Bro, just say nobody needs to come to the country then. Like, he's so self-absorbed and such a bitch that he can't take responsibility for anything. First of all, he shouldn't even feel responsible because you can't predict future actions if you have no reason to. If so, you don't assume that people that have no criminal history, no signs of being crazy, nothing, that they're gonna go out and commit a heinous crime. Shit can happen where you just don't know. You can't predict anything. Like a vetting process, when you date somebody, when you marry somebody, you don't go into it knowing that they might abuse you, might get hooked on drugs, might turn into a crazy person, might cheat on you. Any of the things, you don't go into it thinking that's gonna happen. And if they pass everything that you set forth that makes sense and they do those things, you can't blame yourself because you did try, but people do shit that you can't predict. Not everything is predictable. So the man passed the vetting process. He did a crime. You cannot sit there, Joe Biden. What, bro? How are you going to do this to your last day of being president? The man got vetted through your process, and it's okay. You don't have to. Well, what's not okay is you having a National Guard out there. That's what's not okay. But you cannot predict all crime and stop. Crime will never be 0%. Just like you sending them out there for the crime that was being lowered in D.C. It was already on a downward trajectory. You sending these people out there. People don't like that. It's not comfortable. It feels like you're under fucking martial law. I don't know this guy's reason yet. I don't think they've gotten the motive yet. But you still blaming Joe Biden. God. So it's just, who wants a president that can't take responsibility for shit? And this is the same party that say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, take responsibility. Trump is nothing but excuses. I get true crime. In D.C., they stay as long as he fucking wants them to, especially in D.C.
But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, but they were incompetent.
Wait, what's happening?
But when you let very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, but they were incompetent. They made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent.
Oh, they audio is fucked up. I'm sorry, y'all. The audio fucked up. I don't feel like looking. When I was looking for other videos, but I didn't see.
Competent, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you for having us here tonight. Have you spoken with Sarah and Andrew's family?
We have a call in a little while, actually, right after this.
Do you plan to?
Well, the family is devastated.
TJ, nah. Yes, he spoiled us, but Joe Biden wasn't a great speaker, but you took him serious. You know what I'm saying? Like as Joe Biden got older, you don't have to be the best speaker ever. Bill Clinton and Obama were good speakers. You don't have to be the best speaker, but Trump is just stupid. He's just fucking stupid.
As you can imagine, but we have spoken. I mean, my people have spoken with the family. We'll be speaking tonight, tomorrow. You have to give them a little. They just found out about their daughter. You know, you can't just call 2 seconds later.
Yeah, of course.
It's a very, very tough situation.
Obviously,
she was so outstanding. I mean, I just heard.
It's in the early stages, obviously, here, but do you plan to attend Sarah's funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. You know, I won West Virginia.
I bet he didn't. Well, I'm sure he didn't go to the Minnesota rep's funeral.
Virginia by.
Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't go to this one, but I'm sure he didn't go. He didn't go. He act like he didn't even know they fucking got shot.
One of the biggest margins of any president anywhere. And it's, you know, these are great people.
One of the National Guard members that got shot in D.C.
I love the people of West Virginia. I love the people of our country. But I haven't given it any thought, but it sounds like something I could do, yeah. It's very raw.
Yeah, of course. The suspect does have a wife and 5 children who live in Washington. Do you plan to deport them?
Good question.
The suspect has?
The suspect?
Well, we're looking at that right now. We're looking at the whole situation with family. It's a tragic situation. Yeah, Jeff?
Mr. President, are there any changes you want to make to improve safety for National Guardsmen who are being sent into these cities?
No, just I want to have more. As you know, we're sending.
Let's just send more. What the fuck is this? This is not a solution to a problem. Can y'all imagine if you like get a paper cut and they be like, yeah, just put some Band-Aids on it. Just put more. Like, oh damn, it's still bleeding. Yeah, put more Band-Aids. Just put more. Just more Band-Aids. Like, bro, I mean, that's probably a bad example because the paper cut is smaller than this situation. But you get the point. Like, you don't just do a bunch of shit to fix a problem. You got to figure out what's wrong and attack it with a fucking fine-tooth comb. Precision. You don't just hack away more guards. The guards that was there got shot. Like, you thought that nobody, not only did you try to put them there to lower crime, the people there to lower the crime were the ones that got attacked. They didn't even shoot random people on the street. He shot the people that were there to protect the people that you claim are at risk. His posture, yeah, he is always, it's just like, his posture is terrible.
2,500 more. We had very little crime in Washington.
Yeah, but there's no more charismatic president than Obama.
Now for many months, record-setting low crime, and this
20 years old is insane. God, this
happened, and I don't know how you put this on the scale of that. This is sort of different. This is a terrorism threat, and this was done because they're so effective. If they weren't effective, you probably wouldn't have had this done. But this was done because the National Guard has been so effective.
Yeah, they shot the National Guard because they're effective. What the
you went from having a tremendous amount of crime and death, killing, everything else, to having none. And this happened.
He was, but he wasn't Obama charismatic.
I assume because it was so effective. And maybe this man was upset because he couldn't practice crime. Who knows what his motivation was, but what he did was horrible.
And you've made changes for Afghanis' ability to apply for asylum. Do you blame all Afghans for this one man's mistake?
No, but we've had a lot of problems with Afghans because they had a lot of them coming in on these planes. Again, I show you this picture. We had a lot of them coming in on these planes.
But where were they coming from, bro? You act like they all came ready to fucking coup America. These people was fucking running from the shit that's going on in their country, seeking refuge.
That are Look at him. There was
Look
no-
at what do you mean? Look at him. He's acting like they're not people that were seeking refuge. They weren't coming here. Now, out of all those people, yes, maybe somebody might go on to commit a crime. But the point is, you cannot predict crime that if there's no predictable factors that you can look at to predict that they're gonna do crime. If you vetted these people and they pass and then they do a crime, tough titty. That is some shit that you just cannot prevent. There's no world where crime is 0%. There is no world where crime is 0%.
checking. They just poured into the plane. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people.
And look how he do. Say that dude was the only one person out of all these people committed a crime. These people are criminals. They're terrorists. They want to destroy our country. And fuck around, maybe. I'm not saying that's the case. But as far as we know, one of these people did a crime. It looked like it's hundreds of people on there. And one does a crime. Look at them. Look at them. These people. This is so fucking insane. It's just this so detached from as being humans at this point, except for white South Africans and Christians in Nigeria. So them is the people that's worthy of caring about for what reasons. So it's just, I don't know.
People are people that shouldn't be here. And many of them have been gotten out. I mean, we've gotten out a lot of the people.
He's showing a picture like they're cattle or something, or it's like an image of them like committing crimes and showing it like, look at this. Because they packed in a fucking plane. He's like, look at this. As if they're not human. With 34 strikes complaining about crime. You feel me? And 2 more that he ain't got an answer for.
But, you know, we've taken a lot of money here.
2 more cases.
But many
But
of them
they
aren't
came
here
in
legally, right?
Yeah, I know. This deal, sorry. Many are wonderful. Yeah,
No,
I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think?
This deal, sorry. Many are wonderful. Yeah,
No,
I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think in terms of their prospects?
Well, they can't be happy, okay? They can't be happy. Because what's taking place between that, if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota, and they are...
Unrelated.
We got a lot of problems with the gangs, with all of the things taking place in Minnesota. We have an incompetent governor, a dope. We have a dope governor.
What?
They can't be happy about what's going on. And if you talk about the Afghans, you know, there's a problem because so many bad ones came in on the planes. They just walked in. Whoever the strongest people were physically in a way, but whoever the strongest, they got on the planes. There was no checking. They just swamped the planes. They took off. We had no idea who they were. Yeah, do you want to ask a question behind?
Me? Hi, sir. Happy
Sure.
Thanksgiving.
Hi.
What do the Somalians have to do with this?
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes. Oh, my God, thank you. I was sitting there, I didn't want to, oh, my God. He just brought up Somalia, and it's like, what do they have to do with what's happening right now? Thank you.
Afghan guy who shot the national.
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're
Where? Who? How? What? I just wonder if these people really believe this. More Americans commit crimes daily than these people are from other countries. Why are you when you talk about how crime-ridden D.C. and Chicago and blah, 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 all these places are, all the crime, who you think is committing most of them? I want somebody to ask that. Well, Trump, do you know that 97% of the crime in D.C. is committed by American citizens? What are you going to do about them? You're going to deport them too? Like, can we stop acting like the people that come from other countries are the reason crime is high in certain areas? Can we stop it? This is fucking crazy.
ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of
How do you just say that about a whole group of people? If you don't like the immigration system, fix it. Y'all don't want to fix it. You just don't want nobody to come here. These people, you realize he's not trying to make an immigration bill. He doesn't care. They don't, he's just, now, if we're going to talk about conspiracies, Trump is literally a puppet. Whatever somebody tells him to do, he's going to do it, and he doesn't understand. Oh, Trump, you know, why did you pardon this fucking crypto scammer? No, I don't know who that is. What? You just said Biden was asleep at the wheel, auto pen, don't know who he pardoned. You literally just proved that somebody got pardoned and you don't know who they are. And meanwhile, Biden in the auto pen, so those pardons might not be legitimate. Nigga, you on camera admitted that you pardoned somebody that you don't even know who they are. So every accusation is a fucking confession. It's like literally everything he accused Biden of, he's done worse. He's done that and worse. Every single thing. corruption, mental capacity, being stupid. He's more of a fucking communist than Biden was. You got the government fucking taking ownership in private corporations and shit. You're more of a communist than Biden was. What are you talking about? It's fucking crazy.
Going back to Somalia? What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing I'd say. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar,
if I was white, I would have been red just now.
who does nothing but complain about our country and our constitution.
And like, look, all this, you brought up Somalia just to hit at Ilhan Omar.
People have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous... We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people. And we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Go ahead.
One question about this asylum.
Thank you much, everybody. Go ahead. What the fuck? You go try to end it and take another question.
Plane that is being floated. Of course, you just...
Time just got mixed up in his head, bro. Yo, he literally, bro, his timelines just got swapped. Like, this man said, all right, thank you, that's enough, go ahead. Bro, imagine me, you talking to somebody, be like, yeah, what was you saying? And then they start speaking, you be like, but yeah, so as I was saying, like, and you dead serious, like, what the fuck?
Detailed that this suspect...
He don't know what just happened. He don't know.
was flown in under the Biden administration, but was he granted asylum under your administration?
When you come...
Oh, yes.
Administration. Of course, you just detailed that this suspect was flown in under the Biden administration, but was he granted asylum under your administration?
When it comes to asylum, when they're flown in, it's very hard to get them out, no matter how you...
Yes, he was granted asylum under your administration, and you can't admit it.
Want to do it, it's very hard to get them out, but we're going to be getting them all out now. Thank you very much.
He didn't answer the question, but that was the answer. Yes, he was granted asylum under you. You're the one that's trying to kick everybody out. Your administration didn't kick him out. Why? Is it because he passed the vetting process, which is fine? You don't really have to. You have to take responsibility on the National Guard being out there, but you don't have to take responsibility on somebody granting someone asylum and they commit a crime. You don't have to feel bad about that. If they went through the process the correct way, it is what it is. You cannot make crime not ever happen under every circumstance. It's just fucking ridiculous. Fuck. This man giving me a headache. Oh God. Okay. We gonna end on something more less lighthearted, because that was a lot. That was a lot. We got one more thing we're gonna go through, and we did it today, y'all. We're gonna be less serious, cause so updates on Akaash. I know I didn't cover him fully after his wife was found on the internet saying crazy shit. He's been getting shit thrown at him left and right, and his wife isn't making it any better. Alvin Preachers covered it. She's been saying more stupid shit on the internet, and so Akaash has been having to deal with all this. So in his Reddit, somebody, I guess, went to his show, one of his stand-up shows, and he's been talking about it. So let's see somebody said in his Reddit, and let's see how true it is in his set. The fuck was that? Oh, I just did something, y'all. I did something that I didn't want to do. Something ain't right. Okay. I went to the 7 p.m. show last night, and it was extremely awkward. He was clearly not processing the situation well, and he ended the set 20 minutes early. I only found out about his wife the day of the show, and honestly, after seeing that set, basically after seeing that set basically be his therapy moment about it, I am way more suspicious of controversy than before. This is clearly something he's insecure about, even though he tried way too hard to make it seem like he wasn't. He spent the first 10 to 15 minutes of the set talking about the controversy, how his wife has been loyal to him and everything she has been saying is just jokes and is fine with him. No one in the crowd knew how to take this information, and I truly believe that the majority of fans there had no idea any of this was going on. This only made him spending like 1/3 of his set on it even more awkward. He then proceeded to jokingly call his wife a whore every time he brought her up, which was just not helping. Yeah, that seems pretty awkward. I think it ruined his whole, I think that sounds like a way to cope with what's happening and make it seem like he really is on top of this situation. I think it ruined his whole set and the mood never recovered, which I think is why he ended early. I can't see a comedian ended early. That's not a good sign. That means your set's not rocking. I honestly don't give a fuck about he or his wife's sex life, but if the orgy stuff is really just jokes, then clearly he's not cool with it and hides it, and or she's just not very funny, and no one close to her has told her yet. That's true. That's why I said that. I'm like, if this is her attempt at being funny, it's not fucking working at all. That's just not funny to embarrass your significant other. Like, there's plenty of comedians that's married that are funny, but it just doesn't work, because your husband that you're supposed to actually love is the butt of all your jokes, and not in a good way. Like when Bill Cosby talked about Camille, or when Dave Chappelle talked about his wife, it wasn't like to throw them under the bus. It was just like women shit, or Dave being in an interracial relationship shit. Like it wasn't like at the expense of them looking like a fool. Curious to hear if anyone else went to the later sets and had a better experience. He's in San Francisco till Friday. See if anybody been to his shows. Okay. Well, from that, I think we got a little clip of his set with audio.
Again, I don't think...
okay, it might be hard to hear, but it got captions.
Talking about, again, I don't think these narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and a whore and all these other things, it's a shitty thing. So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea this story. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting $25 a night doing stand-up. I was on MTV shows that paid dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get the bitch, to be honest.
Wait, she was a gold digger? I didn't even have...
Not making much money. I was getting $25 a night doing stand-up. I was on...
So in 2014, he said 2014, right? He like 41? No. I need to see how old this woman was when he met her. 41. He was 30. That's 11 years ago, right? He was 30. His wife, I think he's like 9 years older than her. She was 19. She was 19. She was 30. Is that my math? Does that make sense? No, that's 11. She was 21. She was 21. Told y'all math ain't my shit. I told y'all that's not my shit. 21, 30. Okay.
MTV shows that paid dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get the bitch.
No, I meant 20, 21. If I said 30, 20. She was 21 when they met. That's what I'm trying to say.
To be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat fucking broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. We had to move out of that apartment and move to New Jersey. And what's even sadder than moving to New Jersey is I had to save up money to move to New Jersey. So we had to stay on her friend's couch for almost a month. We were basically homeless for a month. So I could save money to move to New Jersey. And I remember the night before we went to the couch, we had to stay in our apartment illegally. We were supposed to have been out by like 12 p.m. We moved everything out, but we didn't have a place to stay, so we had to stay there that night. It was just me and her sleeping on a hardwood floor. I'm 34 years old. She's 20.
Yeah, I'm hoping this has this telling a sweet story with no real funny parts in it is not it. This better have a strong punchline at the end. Cause like that person said, if it felt like a therapy session, you are not at a comedy show for a therapy session. You could tell an endearing story about your partner, but if the ending is super sweet, it gotta have some good hits in the middle of it. You could end it on like a super sweet level, but the middle of it gotta have a bunch of funny shit going on.
5 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor, like a real Indian. You're a beautiful girl.
Okay, that was a little funny. Like a reason, like a real Indian. That's funny.
You have so much ahead of you. Me, I don't know what my life is gonna be. I'm 34. I'm fucking broke. This dream might not ever happen, but I'm too fucking moronic to quit. And I have nothing to give her. It's just a light jacket. It's like October. We have nothing. So I hand her the jacket, and then she said, "What's this for?" I said, "You can use that as a pillow." And then she goes, "Well, what?"
Okay, maybe he said I ain't tell her this. That sounds a little. It's a bit much. But
What are you gonna use? And I said, I'll figure it out. She handed me back the jacket. She goes, "You take this." And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken. I'm in such a bad place and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
I'm torn. I think everybody is thinking like like everybody is like, I see y'all in the chat. It's just like, I don't know, man. It just seems like damage control. It feels like damage control. And you know why? It's what I can't say. I'm sorry. I know I'm taking a long time. I don't. It's just so many thoughts going through my head, and I don't want to make any strong claims. I can't. It's hard for me to say why didn't this joke exist before the drama, because I don't consume his comedy, so I can't talk about what his comedy consists of. I've never seen an Akaash stand up. I think I've seen one like video where he was riffing on the crowd or whatever, and that was probably it. But I've never seen his stand up. I never consumed his stand up, so I can't make any strong claims of the type of stand up he does. But that just feels like damage control. And the most he's ever said about his wife that I've seen, like on Flagrant, was like, "Oh, if you see my wife, you wouldn't even believe that she was with somebody like me because of how beautiful she is." So he feels like she's out of his league. So for you to tell this endearing story about her, but never have any of this stuff about her prior to her embarrassing you, and now you're running cover for her embarrassing you, I don't know. You're running cover for her embarrassing you. To be honest, hear me out. Is this crazy? She's been embarrassing him on the internet for about 2 weeks now. If he's the bigger name and y'all are trying to maximize her platform, and I'm sure Akaash wants to maximize his platform, is it crazy for me to think that she should be comfortable with him making her look stupid now? He should be able to run all types of jokes on her since she's done it to him. It makes me feel like he's like getting taken advantage of in this situation. Again, I can't make strong claims. I don't know his stand-up. I don't know their relationship really. But I think it's fair game for him to get payback. But it could look fake. It could look fake. But she's been embarrassing him consistently. Consistently. Do red table talk on flagrant. Okay, man. I'm making a short on Andrew Schultz probably tomorrow. So
you really enjoy.
We're gonna this is we got stuff that this happened after the drama. Let's see. Is it at the beginning? Here we go. So this is
kept clipping moments of her just running away from his kisses, and she wants to explain why.
Create a narrative out of nothing.
Okay, so this is her speaking on the situation after all of the drama, and I guess she was responding to somebody saying like, "You did this at your birthday. You couldn't wait to." Okay, she's talking about PDA.
And then I'll also respond to the people saying I don't like my husband because I turned away from a kiss. I've never liked PDA. Physical touch, I find it really overstimulating, and so it's something.
I find that weird because if he knows that, why would he keep trying to show public displays of affection for you if he knows you don't like it? I think that's weird. I don't get how that makes any sense, but whatever.
Something I actually work through with my husband because that's his love language, and I feel like for him, he tries to do physical touch to regulate his emotions, and I find it really dysregulating. So it's something we kind of work through in high stress situations.
But you've yet to be caught showing PDA to him besides hugging him. They got so many videos of you not kissing him when he tries to kiss you. Never. You've never kissed him, not one time. Maybe I would claim he looked thoroughly. I would hope he was not going to be disingenuous. Nobody else on the internet. You didn't show it. Matter of fact, no, I'm not giving her no grace. Because if you had footage of you kissing him in public, you would have it. So basically, he has to fucking get the short end of the stick every single time, and you just make him look stupid. And now you get to sit on TikTok and just try to run cover for yourself and not him because you've made him look stupid numerous times. If it first of all, dysregulating for PDA is crazy. And even if that was the case, why the fuck does he keep trying? Is he going past your boundaries and he's not stopping? Or are you just a piece of shit?
Situations because I get overstimulated when
How is kissing you in public overstimulating? Nobody said let's fuck in public. A fucking kiss that you could do. If it was so dysregulating and so uncomfortable, yet he keeps trying, maybe he wants you to get out of that. What's wrong with a peck and keep it pushing? Is there any compromise in your relationship? Because it constantly keeps sounding like you're taking advantage of this man. It just looks like you're constantly taking advantage of him. Just you haven't shown, except his little fucking story that he just told, it whether it's true or not. It sounds like you're taking advantage of him.
Things are happening, and like my mother-in-law is there, my mom is there, and Akaash will tend to kiss me when there's a lot of people around, and sometimes.
But see, why y'all been together over 10 years? Why is he trying to do something you're so uncomfortable with publicly numerous times? Do y'all talk about this before y'all leave the house? He's a public person. Do y'all talk about this before y'all leave the house? What's really going on? Yeah, you talking about fucking having a threesome with your co-host husband, but you don't want to kiss your damn husband on camera?
I'm overstimulated, so I'm just like, oh, so yeah, if you want to know like my whole fucking psychosis or whatever, then I can give it to you. But it's just annoying that you guys create a fucking narrative out of something that's sweet for no reason whatsoever, because you're miserable in your own lives.
I can understand that could be a thing. But no. I can understand that people, like, human beings are full of contradictions.
That at the wedding mark, I didn't have any expectation for that feeling to increase, but that feeling has increased where I feel even more love from him than I ever thought that I could.
See, she's able to do it. All right, so everybody
Yeah,
said
that was very misaligned. That was.
I tried finding one.
That was.
I didn't see the ring.
Akaash,
You're not trying to help nobody. Let's be real.
And look, the whole overstimulation thing.
I get it.
Because Akaash.
I get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I get that some people don't like PDA, but pecking your husband at your fucking wedding is kind of an exception. I'm sorry. There's no way you're disrespect. What the fuck is gonna happen? You're gonna like, what's gonna happen if you kiss him at your wedding? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, I know that some people aren't comfortable, but dysregulating, like, dog. What was that cartoon, if y'all remember? Oh, I feel like I just reenacted a cartoon scene. Wasn't there this cartoon where, like, somebody had a crush on somebody and they kissed them and they, like, malfunctioned and, like, fell out? If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please put it in the chat.
Tries to kiss me when we're in public. There's a lot of those clips where they're in private and it's just the two of them.
If you don't like,
well, okay, to be fair, Al, but just two of them is, if it's on camera and it's gonna get public, that's not just the two of them. But I guess in the moment it don't feel like it's public, I guess. But if you know it's gonna be public, does that change it? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Yeah, like, I'd get not tonguing somebody in public. That's totally different. But a peck, Jesus Christ. And again, what does your relationship consist of if he is constantly trying to dysregulate you in public?
PDA and there's a camera. Even if there's nobody, there's a camera.
And then he keeps trying every time.
Oh, Smooth. It's not. It was a cartoon. I know you're talking about when he like, Blank Man, my shit. No, it wasn't Blank Man. It was a cartoon that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it's public.
So wait, you don't like it? This is a thing, but he keeps trying to kiss her all the time?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't like it.
Stan would vomit when Wendy kissed. Oh, yeah, I remember. It's either like, and it ain't SpongeBob. I didn't watch Invader Zim. What the fuck? Oh, man. No, I'm not talking about Blank Man. It was a cartoon, bro. I know it was literally like a twitchy, like, I feel like it was like Fairly Odd Parents, or I didn't watch Invader Zim. It wasn't. I know. I remember the throwing up on South Park.
Keeps doing it.
Yeah, because it's one person's love language that don't match the other person's love language. I've seen that.
I get it, but she's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. If that's true, if I buy into what she's selling, Akaash shouldn't be trying to do it so much. There shouldn't be like fucking 6 different times that y'all are on camera and you're avoiding him kissing you. That's where I have a problem. So they need to get that together. If and maybe this is what they needed, to public exposure for them to work on that. Maybe Akaash stop trying to kiss her in public, or maybe you need to fucking grow up and give the man a peck so y'all don't look so crazy as being two public figures since you got a podcast. I don't know if you was as front facing prior to your podcast. And if you want to do comedy, this not it. Embarrassing your husband for comedy is crazy. I'm not saying that's her whole shtick because I don't watch her podcast, so I can't say that that's all she does. But there's far too much. Your behavior doesn't align with being in a relationship. Just hilarious. Her comedy does not involve, even when it's something that's not that a single woman is more acceptable from a single woman. It don't embarrass her husband. Like, Jess Hilarious got this little skit where she was like, when the wrong song come on when you having sex, and she looked like she taking back shots, and then it's fucking Outstanding come on or something while she having sex, and she just looking like her comedy isn't at the expense of, even while being in I don't know if she's engaged, but in a committed relationship, she's not embarrassing her significant other, but she's still fucking funny. You can be funny and you can make sexual jokes or relationship jokes or jokes about your husband without making them look bad. You could probably talk about, maybe you could say his feet stink. I think, funny enough, I think she actually did have a feet stink something about him. But anyway, just you making fun of him doing man shit. We don't know how to find shit in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? When I come look for something, I find it right away. He don't pay attention. Like, all that type of shit, you get away with it. But you over here flirting with your damn massage therapist. You're flirting with your podcast host husband. You're fantasizing about your popping pussy in college. Why does everything come at Akaash's expense that you're known for? If you're known for embarrassing your husband, then you need to pick a new way to display your comedy. I'm sorry. At this point, Shorty and Akaash is now fucking doing damage control. Whether that story he told at that set was true or not, that's just not it. I don't know what the vibe of the rest of that show was. Maybe he killed it. But that wasn't it, man. That wasn't it. That ain't it. But we gonna, I think we did it today, man. It was a good stream. I appreciate y'all. A lot of y'all was in here from beginning to end. And it was fun. Expect some videos out tomorrow. In fact, expect 1 to 2 uploads tomorrow, but if not 2 throughout the week. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, if you haven't subbed to, hold on, I'm finna drop it because I need to do that. Free Akaash, yeah, man. Honestly, free Akaash. I can't tell that man.
I'm just gonna accept that love that people
leave his wife or nothing like that. But he either needs to work. They either need to work on their relationship or call it. Y'all need to work. I feel like they could work on it. But yeah, make sure y'all follow Logic's Lens. We almost to 500. I could monetize it at 500. 1,000 would be greater. Yeah, follow my gaming channel, Logic's Lens. I just dropped it in the chat. All my gaming content, playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. I want to get more gaming update videos. That's what I used to do. If y'all look at it, I used to do gaming update videos. You know, time and this channel took off faster than my gaming channel, but I was, I had a nice little motion over there. Do gaming update videos. I want to try to get back to that because gaming is also something that I love. But right now I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima where I'm streaming that whenever I can. And yeah, if you want to see gaming content from me where we, more chill, follow that. I just put it in the chat. Other than that, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Maybe you made it to the stream in the beginning, middle, or end. It all matters because you spent your time with me, and I appreciate it. So if you made it to this point of the stream, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all 3. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.